had to yell at my staff. I had to yell at my staff.
I heard you.
You heard me yelling?
Yes.
Oh, look at that. To my left is my new movie poster from my new paperback.
And behind you.
What's that, Robin? Oh, gee, I didn't even see that behind me.
I thought you were already in the studio because I saw that.
Yeah, I got good news. My book, I think my paperback just came out. I don't even know when it came. It just came out a day ago.
I saw it last week.
Yeah, it's like already number 13 on the bestseller list.
Wow.
But I mean, I haven't even talked about it yet.
I know. It came out without you even saying anything. In fact, one of my neighbors said she was in a supermarket. That's pretty cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, but now the paperback is in supermarkets.
Well, that's why they put out, because I was like, well, wait a second, didn't everyone buy the hardcover? I said, no, paperback is a whole different thing. If for $6, you walk into a store and you're in an airport, you grab it, it's got 64 new pages.
Yeah, but it's a whole different setup because you're in different places for sales. It's not a bookstore anymore necessarily.
Yeah, right. It could be sold anywhere.
Yeah, because she said her daughter was in the supermarket, grabbed the book, and they bought it.
Yeah.
She hadn't done her, finished her summer reading for school.
Yeah.
She wanted to come home and start your book, and she said, no, you can't read that book until you've done your summer reading. Well, the summer reading got done.
Really?
Yeah, so she could start on your book.
See, my book has helped educate children.
Absolutely.
That's a blow-up of the movie poster. Doesn't it look almost feasible that I could have a hit movie?
Who is that? I didn't know whether that was two women kissing each other.
Do I look feminine there?
Very.
Thank you. I think that's good when you look feminine. Do I look handsome there?
You look handsome, but if you take a quick glance at it, it could be another woman.
Isn't that model cute?
Nah, I don't like her.
Oh, please. I wish I knew her name. Ralph was at the shoot. In my new paperback, you get a movie poster in it. A scene from the movie where I'm trying to kiss a girl and she's almost vomiting.
So what is she, sitting on a table?
Well, I'm holding her up.
I
blew my back out doing that. Yeah, they balance them on a table for that. I'm holding... Yeah, she's actually... I took a pull cue and swung her around on it. I had to stick it somewhere. I'm holding her up so it looks like I'm holding her, but we had her balance on some weird boards. Paula Russo took that picture. Yeah, and the art director at Simon & Schuster is a guy named, Apollo. Apollo what? Apollo Creed. Apollo Creed. He's fighting Rocky. Yo, Rocky. Isn't that a nice poster, Jackie?
It's unbelievable.
Why is she cringing like that?
Are you reading the small print on the poster?
Yeah, I got bad eyes. So
isn't it funny?
Yeah, it's very funny.
Parents Beware FCC's Worst Nightmare, starring lesbians, co-starring lesbians, featuring lesbians with the occasional gay guy. I was writing the movie screenplay last night.
Yes.
I counted. I have 16 love scenes. Isn't that beautiful?
I love that.
There's no movie, just love scenes.
It's just love scenes.
I just want the best of the love scenes.
People are going to love the movie. But anyway, so in the new paperback, I put the poster in.
Yeah.
And,
but is she supposed to be going, yes, she doesn't want you to kiss her?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Looks like she didn't want to be in the same room.
Yeah.
Or the same poster.
I don't think she did. I tried it with 2 models. She was really good. I like her. I wish I knew her name.
She's cute.
She's like a professional model and stuff. I was talking to her about modeling.
Real cute. Thick lips.
She has really kissable lips. And we had to do a couple of scenes where we were almost kissing. And I could swear she wanted it.
Oh.
At first, she was repulsed by me.
She's not an actress, is she?
By the way, coming up, I have watched every inch of the MTV Awards. I got up at 3 this morning to watch them. And I have a very big monologue I'm going to do on my critique of the MTV Awards.
Critique? How they should put the show together?
No. I don't know.
What happened?
Just what happened and my thoughts on it. And, yes, and also including how they should put the show together.
Okay. I've only seen bits and pieces of it.
Jackie's staring at my poster. It's nice, isn't it?
It's unbelievable.
It really... Of course, that is not a real scene from the movie. We haven't shot the movie yet.
Because that looks like Gone with the Wind, actually.
I'm just trying to remember at what point in your life the Great Fire was.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Isn't it great?
Georgia burned down in Georgia.
Southern Manchester.
You know how they do that, though? You know how they make that poster? They do a computer lay-in of that. And, in fact, I don't know. There's a very subtle joke.
Was it blue screened?
No, not a blue screen. You just shoot against a white background, and then you lay the picture in. Mm-hmm. And there was a bunch of different ways I could go. There was one picture where you got to buy the paperback. Know what we're talking about. There's one which is good.
Is that big in the book?
No. This is a blow up of it. There's one picture where the girl was holding me, like I am, and I was in her arms.
Now that would have been funny.
It's very, very funny. But it's only funny if you see this one first. You know what I'm saying? It was really funny.
Some pucker you got there.
Oh, let me tell you, that was no fake pucker.
Looks like a fish.
Did you see the bottom of it? You see executive producers, and then it's Keith Samples and David Kirkpatrick, directed by some genius not yet hired. Made possible through a negotiation by super agent Don Buchwald.
Dialogue coach, Fred the Open Boy.
Yeah. Lesbian casting?
By who?
Yeah, what do you think? Based on an original idea by William Shakespeare. So anyway, I put a very subtle joke in the poster, and no one has found it yet. It's so subtle that no one has found it.
Well, I got to go look at it now.
Come in here.
That's why I'm staring at it.
In the movie poster, I think the movie studio is actually going to use this for some promotion, but take a look at it, and it's a very subtle joke, and I think Jackie would find it. It's kind of Jackie's sense of humor, I think.
It's Jackie's sense of humor?
Well, I think that Jackie...
That's assuming I have one, Robin.
It would be something that Jackie would probably notice first out of everyone.
It's a picture,
not words. Get on mic, Robin.
It's a picture, not words?
It's a picture. It's part of the picture.
I think I know.
What is it, Fred?
Wait a minute, don't tell.
Okay, I won't say anything.
Say it, Fred.
Now wait till I give him a chance.
We're staring now at the movie poster, trying to find the subtle joke I put in. The movie poster's part of the book. I don't want...
He's not wearing a bra.
I'm not wearing a bra. It's a very subtle joke, but a funny one. Yeah. Once I point it out to you, you will like... You will always... Wait a second. Don't say it yet.
Yeah, don't say it.
1 second. Once you see it, you'll always go to it. On the poster. This is the size of the poster in the paperback. Here's the paperback, guys. See this? And this is the contest to enter to be in the movie. Look.
You swear it's part of the picture.
Yeah, it's part of the picture. But look at it. This is the poster in the book. See?
Oh, that's great.
Isn't that good? They stuck it right in the paperback.
I love that.
Yeah, they put some dough into this thing.
I love the colors in that.
Yeah, it's nice. Jackie, take a guess, Jackie. Do you see it?
A joke?
It's a joke. Yeah, it's funny. It's very subtle, and it'll make you laugh like I'll tell you at first, and you won't.
Don't tell him.
My eye always goes to it because I think it's really cool that I did this.
You know it's there, too.
Yeah, and I went to a lot of trouble to do it, and it's very subtle, and I said...
It's like a backward message on a record.
Yeah, no one will get it until...
Oh, see, it says 921.
No, that's not it. Do you guys understand what it... All right, take your best guess right now. We don't have time for this.
The girl's hair is on fire. I can't even guess what you're talking about.
Fred?
My guess is your left hand is missing, and I'm wondering where it is.
No, that's not the joke. That might be a joke, but that's not the joke.
The girl has all her fingers.
All right, can I tell you what the joke was?
No.
What? What is it?
Oh, wait, there's a picture.
You're not going to get it. You're in the wrong place.
Oh, wait.
It's Don's house.
No.
It's Howard's house.
Is that the
It's a scene from Gone with the Wind, but anyway, do you see the fire? Do you see the fire burning?
Yes.
Okay. You see the cowboys?
Yes.
What are they all doing?
Holding hands?
They're all holding hands and their arms around each other. They're all a bunch of homos. I've turned them into homos.
You're right.
They're all getting it on. What's the matter with you guys? Well, now you'll stare at it for a while. All right, I didn't say it was a scream. It's a subtle thing.
How did you say we were supposed to laugh?
I bet your eye will go to it every time. I took every one of the cowboys. What? I took every one of the cowboys and let them hold hands.
Wait a minute. On that little... Let me see the little poster in the book. Now you'll never be able to see those cowboys.
Yes, you will. The poster's super clear. They did it on high-grade paper here.
The horses are holding hooves.
Oh, Howard.
Don't try to back up your statement. You admit you're wrong.
People are never going to notice that.
They are now, he told them.
Yeah, but they're going to have...
Back there is obvious.
The cowboys are all holding hands.
Right here. That's a Rorschach test.
This is a joke, but that one there is funny. That's funny.
Thank you. That's the one I fixed. The two guys are holding hands.
Up along homo.
They're not holding hands. Inconsistency.
Oh, boy. Not giving it.
Well, there was a couple that weren't homos. Anyway, that's all very exciting. Very exciting. Very exciting. Very exciting to have all of that going on. And I should have a nervous breakdown any day now from all of it.
You looked pretty harried yesterday.
Oh, boy. Wait, you know, when I got home, I was out of my mind.
Really?
Well, between the E! television show. And, you know, I have meetings about that every day, and then I watch the shows, and then I start calling everybody, yelling and screaming about what I think is wrong.
Uh-huh.
And everyone just answers me and says, the rating's huge, what do you care? And I go, I care, okay? I care. Then I start writing the script, and I have two complete different scripts in my head that I could go with. each of them equally strong, and I finally made a decision yesterday. That took me 27 hours. Then my in-laws were over the house, and I had my wife instruct them. She did a beautiful job. Listen to this. Let me take a break, but my in-laws show up, and I said, wife, when your parents hit the airport, you tell them, I love them, I think they're really great people, but I'm not going to be available for conversation this entire weekend. On Sunday, I have restrictions.
Complete
yeah, they could. Okay, because I got my work and it's so hard to get done.
Slow them.
They're all done. I've just written the dialogue.
Right, fill it in.
Got to just fill it in. The shell is there. In other words, you know where it's going in the movie, but it's not funny yet, those 50 pages, because the dialogue isn't what it should be.
Right. It needs to be punched.
More than punched. It needs to be smacked around a little bit, kicked, and then shot in the face. And then it will be fantastic.
Okay.
And then it will be fantastic. And I believe...
And you have until Sunday to do this.
Well, it's a weird thing that's happened with this movie. The producers went off and hired guys to just take my book and go write the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And when they did that, they came back with something that I didn't recognize as my life story, or did I recognize as funny. So they tried that twice, and I just said, guys...
It ain't working.
You know, because I wrote the book, go sit down and do it, and everyone... Now I've got the weekend, so go on really just for 3 days. My wife, my kids, I don't want to see anybody. I want to get it done because it's in my head, and the longer you'd wait, it sort of seems like the less fresh it is.
Did you not be, you didn't run into them yesterday?
Who? Yeah, I did. And they were, you should have seen how they were trained. My wife really whipped them into shape.
What did they do?
Oh, hello, are we allowed to talk to you? Bob and Norma flew in. And, my mother-in-law was like, hello, darling. I know we can't talk. I know you're busy with your movie. There's so many exciting things are happening. Of course, my mother-in-law was walking around with the baby, and this scene is in the movie, and here she was mouthing to her. She was like, and Ashley...
You wanted to start scribbling.
Yeah, right. She was like, say hi to Daddy. Then Bob comes up to me, and he starts asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
But now everyone's self-conscious. My mother-in-law goes, Bob, don't ask so many questions. It's going to be in the movie.
Ooh. That's funny.
Yeah. Because the movie has a really cool scene with the in-laws in my house and everything. Yeah. And my father-in-law goes, tell me, Howie. Because, I came up for dinner just to say hi. Because my wife went out and got some Chinese food. Like, I'm up to say hi. Tell me, Howie. This is very exciting. Dialogue? Dialogue.
Where's he going with on
it? How long will complete the script? I said, probably like Sunday will be the first draft. He had a question for me, though. It was a Wallapalooza. That's where my mother-in-law went. Bob, just shut up.
You're digging your own grave.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. He was getting into it. But I was in the mood to talk about it because that's all that's on my mind.
Right.
When will the movie be shot and where? 3 days after I tie you up. Everyone wants to know who's playing them.
Yes. Have you thought of any casting?
Yeah, I have. Believe it or not, I want I would like Charles Grodin to play my father-in-law. Because Charles Grodin, I think, wears a toupee.
Yes, he does, and he's never seen without it.
If he would be willing to work without his toupee, it would be a wonderful role for him.
You think he's
actually, yeah. Oh, he's old enough. I don't know if he wants to play it that old.
He might find. He's just played Beethoven's dad in the second movie.
I know. He thinks he's a lot younger than he is. And
he's never. If he wants to play your dad.
He's never worked without a toupee. But a lot of these guys go bald and work without their toupees or shave their heads for the movies.
Yeah, like Sean Connery does it all the time.
Yeah.
I've never seen Charles Grodin without hair.
I want Charles Manson to play Fred.
I don't know if he's available. They're going to let him out for that?
I don't know.
Probably signed William Morris.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a big agent.
So, and then my wife insists that she wants to audition for the movie because she feels she should play herself. And meanwhile, it's a major role, and there's no way she can handle it.
How does she figure she's going to audition well?
I don't know. She became like
She's never been an actress.
I don't know. She became a whole actress now. It's really weird.
All of a sudden, she's auditioning.
And my sister says, who's going to play me? Who's going to play me? And I said, you're not in the movie. She goes, what?
Oh, no.
You don't need an actor to the story.
Have your fans?
I said, yeah, because you started being upset. I said, you're in there, Kim. I was thinking, like, shoot the movie with looking people, all models, and, you know.
And then how do you fit in?
Yeah, right. It would just look funny. Here's my sister, Kim Basinger.
People are bound to ask, how did you get in this family? Were you adopted?
Yeah. Hey, there's Cindy Crawford. Hey, Mom.
We adopted a handicapped child.
Yeah.
So ugly.
Yeah.
Somebody took a blender to the
Young Howard was in a car accident when his body was horribly mangled. This is the best that could happen. Yeah. Sperm was ruined.
Unfortunately, his face was untouched.
But the whole movie process is really turning me on. I think it's cool, and I know why I know the screenplay's good, because I can't wait to shoot it and show it to you.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I can't wait to show it to the audience.
That's the kind of excitement you want.
Yeah, I didn't have that before. I was like, oh man, I'd be embarrassed to be in these movies, because they wrote these movies. I don't know what they are, but now it's like I can't wait to show it to the audience. That's how I was with my book. I was like, come on, let's get it out there. Let's get it out there. That's when I know it's good. It's like even when we have a good radio bit or something planned, and I go, come on, I got to get back on the air and talk about it.
You're screaming at Scott to get it done, so you play it right away.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about the movie. It's like, come on. I met with the director already.
Who did you meet with?
See, I don't know if this guy wants his name mentioned on the air or not, but, what?
Doesn't everybody, Jackie?
I don't think he does. He's an Academy Award-winning director, and the movies that he's done have probably combined grossed...
What's that got to do with anything?
I'm giving you a little background. What, you got somewhere to go? What do you mean what's he got to do with it?
I can't believe you could say he's won Academy Award.
I am telling you the man's background so you can understand he's a substantial guy. It's not like Chachi from, or something.
No, I was just gonna, I know who it is, and
he saw him because he came here.
And I mean, it's a guy whose career.
I'll tell you off.
He's done a lot of press. I was very impressed.
Yeah, impressive guy.
Recognize?
No.
Oh.
No, you don't know. Yes, Norman Jewison. But it was like really cool because he was talking about how to shoot this thing and what it would look like. And
now, what has he seen? He hasn't seen anything of what you've written.
He read the book, and he has his thoughts on how the movie screenplay should go.
Yeah.
And he was just talking to me about it.
Because is he going to get it and now want to rewrite this director?
That sometimes happens, and I don't know, He hasn't seen the finished screenplay really. He just read the book, so he doesn't know. But he has a way of looking at it. And then we were just talking about acting and stuff, and I started acting in front of him.
I was going to say, what did you have to contribute to that conversation?
It was really weird because I started doing some scenes from the movie for him. Yeah. Like not like he didn't say, let me see some scenes, let me see you act, but I just started doing them. And he said I was the greatest actor he ever saw.
Oh, stop!
That's what the guy said.
With? Chachi?
No. Telling you. He says, you are the most actor I ever saw.
He's not working Brando.
Then he threw up on the carpet.
What has my life come to?
Listen, the guy stood up.
What kind of acting did you do in front of him? Show us.
No, I didn't. Well, let me show you. He says, now pretend you're a piece of bacon. Now watch this. Okay, now watch this, Robin.
All right.
Now, bacon just lays there when you get it out. This is me as bacon. And it starts, you put it in the frying pan.
Yeah.
Watch. Now, notice I'm not laying down to be a piece of bacon. Most people would do that.
Your bacon is standard.
Yeah, here I go. All right?
That's not bacon.
Screw you. Let's see you do bacon.
Bacon doesn't pop. That was popcorn.
No, it does pop. It has a little welt.
No, it
she doesn't know anything.
Crunches up.
Talking about?
Good. Yeah, you're some director. What movie have you done? There you go. Too bad.
Bubbles in bacon.
All right, here's a fish out of water. I'll do the fish out of water. Okay, fine. Throw anything at me.
That's your bacon.
No, there's a difference. Here I am, right?
You look like the poster.
Right. Quiet.
He's
I'm trying to act, okay?
It's bacon.
No, it's a big difference.
The bacon wiggled. The fish hops.
Anyway, acting is very involved, Robin. You don't know anything about it.
I guess I don't get the subtlety.
Yeah. Let me see you do a fish out of water. Yeah, it's easy, right? If I was in a tank of water and then I popped out, you would see it more.
I'd see the whole thing.
Yeah, you don't have visualization ability.
For this.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. Like, I'm meeting with directors, and I know the script is good.
It sounds like you're having real Hollywood talk.
Heavy talk. And it's like real weird because you think you're in a movie yourself, just going, like having these talks with people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, the process of writing is most, and I was discussing the dynamics of writing a screenplay.
Now, and what was he saying?
He was saying, he was giving his beat. I said to him, let me have your beat on the story, which is how, like, you don't say, let me hear what you think the story is.
It's your beat.
Let me hear your beat. I found myself saying that. Let me hear your beat on it, okay? And he went like, hey, good question, you know. Okay, we're talking.
I like that.
Yeah. And we started rapping, and he had his notes, I had my notes, and we were just talking. And,
all right. Did you hit it off? Is he going to be the director?
Don't know, but I tell you one thing, I'd be proud to have him as the director.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Has he done any comedy?
Yeah. Mostly...
Does he have a beard?
Remember, I didn't kiss... No, he does not. He does not. He does not.
All right.
You know, I think I saw him, and I have no idea who it is.
Yeah, he's not a recognizable guy. Sort of like you, Jackie.
All right. Okay, how did Jackie's premiere show go?
Hold on, let's talk about everything. Let's talk about MTV Awards. Let's find out about Jackie. Evidently, Ralph was at the MTV Awards and got thrown out.
I was going to say, I kept scanning the crowd to see if he was there.
Let me tell you everything. What's the matter?
Actually, there was Jackie just reminded me.
Did Stuttering John get any questions off?
Got all of them off.
Oh, you're kidding.
We got a great show for you. What time is Mary Lou coming in?
8:30.
All right, good. We have plenty of time.
I just was going to tell you, when this major director was here, and you were in a meeting, I had to sit him somewhere, and the only place to sit him was the Jock Lounge, which just happens to be Jokeland Central after the show. Yeah. So Jackie was in there doing his thing in front of this director. I don't know what he was saying, but Jackie was on the phone.
Because the director tried to leave after that,
Jackie
and I had to talk
about.
Yeah, right.
It was funny. I didn't know who it was, and I was on the phone with somebody, and I said something really rude and insulting to somebody on the phone, and hung up, and I turned over and I said I was talking to the guy on the phone, not you, and he laughed. He was a real nice guy.
Yeah, nice guy. You told me you're not in the movie if he directs.
Punching the ball.
That's right.
Real nice guy.
Hey, seemed like a nice guy to make him a Jokeland tape. I would if I'd known who he was.
I'll give him a video.
I loaded him up.
A CD and a 24-page full-color catalog.
Man, one day they'll write my movie.
Right.
You're going to have everything for free.
You know, I can actually write screenplays now. I can actually, you know, like all the language in the screen. We've read screenplays.
Sure.
I can actually sit down and write one. I can write. I knocked out like 12 scenes and you know already, and just like from complete full to finish. You know what I mean? With like dialogue, cut to, dissolve to, fade to, all that crap.
Well, I'd hate to tell you how many silly people can write screenplays.
Nah, don't tell me. You're so jealous because I can do something.
Oh, stop it. Now, the difference is yours is probably good.
That's right.
I'm saying a lot of people can use that format.
Say what you will. We'll see. Backpedal. What is it?
Nothing. I'm waiting for you to...
All right, what I want to do is take a break because already we're behind, Robin.
Oh, dear.
And
I want to hear your take on the MTV Awards.
Yeah, I've got 17 pages of notes on the MTV Awards. I became so passionate when I was watching these things.
It made you passionate.
It really did. So what I will do is take a break. We have Rejoice now in my book poster. What do you think of that, Baba Booey?
I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
I like it right from the beginning. That woman is perfect, by the way.
Yeah, she's nice.
I mean, the search, you know, the one for you to get when you were searching, she's great.
Why do you think she's perfect?
Because she just looks the part.
First of all, you see her face. She's, you know, this is very funny. I had another model there.
Yeah.
She could not act the way this one did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she really looks.
I wanted to put it. You know what it was? When Simon & Schuster asked me to do the paperback, they said, "Would you write some additional pages?" So I said, "Yeah, I'll write some additional pages," and ended up writing 64 pages. And then they said, "If you want, you can put a little poster in there." So they said, "You want to put a Howard Stern for Governor poster?" And I said, "I don't know." And at the time, it was like not feasible to do that because. Remember, I wasn't allowed to...
Right, the regulations governing...
Saying I couldn't do it.
Being in the race.
So then I said, well, let's do a movie poster for my upcoming movie. And that's how that whole thing was born. And I said, wouldn't it be cool to have that scene with Gone with the Wind and like a romance novel type thing? And
I have a question.
I wanted to have the girl vomit, but like everyone was against that.
You always go that one step further, don't you?
It would have been funny, like big big huge chunks. What is it?
You know how a director says, "Give me pain, give me agony, give me love." What did he ask you to do that made you do what you're doing there?
He didn't ask me. That was my move to look funny kissing her, trying to kiss her. I was trying to kiss her, and I said, "Give me a look of revulsion."
She did it.
She did it. I don't think she was acting.
She nailed it.
But right, the other model couldn't do what she was doing. What's that model's name? Do you know?
I don't remember, but
because afterwards I think I could have. I wanted to go home and have sex with her. I felt really bad because she was going home, and then I got like
walking down the street by herself.
Yeah, and she was in a little half shirt, and you could see her belly sticking out of the shirt, and she was hot as hell. And I wanted to just say, I wanted to be single for about an hour, and just say, you know, hey, you know, that was a lot of fun. You want to go have some drinks, or you know, you want to go eat something?
there was someone else who was hot leaving, and it'd be like, let's go hang.
Shut up.
He's always including himself.
Yeah, Ralph's always in the fantasy with me.
She has to have a friend now.
Yeah, she has someone else who's hot. He wrote himself into the fantasy.
He can write screenplays too, you know.
Nobody has a girl. We have to put up with Ralph today because he evidently has a real cool story about the MTV Awards. Yeah, what?
You know who
Are you still high from last night?
It's got to be.
You are so wrecked.
I didn't go to sleep.
Ralph is so stoned right now.
I am not.
Did you smoke joints last night?
You smoke one in the
No. I think he's smoking one now.
I got to give Ralph credit. You know, he really knows where to find the party because Ganji came in and he said, the after party really stunk. It was no good. And Ralph comes and goes, oh, man, that party was awesome. You know, he'll find a party anywhere.
I got 3 words, 9-inch nails.
What about him?
He hung with them.
Oh, you hung with those guys?
I'll tell you.
Wow, you're cool.
It was cool.
Did you get the lead singer? Very good. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Let me say something about the shoot. What was funny about that girl was the first time we shot with her, she was okay.
Yeah.
We got the second girl, and then she kind of felt insulted that we brought a second girl, and then when we pulled her back, then she loosened up.
That motivated her.
Well,
competition.
Yeah, the girls started competing.
She wanted to make that poster.
You don't know that girl's name, do you, the model? She told us.
No.
It was. She's really pretty.
I don't think I have it written down anywhere.
You know what that face reminds
me of? And then I almost had a kiss her, I almost had to put my lips on her. And I could swear, because we did a couple of scenes where she looked like she wanted it.
Yeah, she was into it.
And I could swear that couldn't you swear she was into it? Like
that second time around.
Wasn't she kind of into it? Didn't it seem like she might have been into me a little?
Yeah, she was.
But you can't tell.
She's like she's getting real kissy and in between the shots and stuff when we were moving, she's like. Ugh.
Yeah, she was getting a little friendly.
Digging it.
There was a seduction going on.
She was ready for a party.
You too.
So I'm leaving the shoot.
Meanwhile, she couldn't wait to get out of there.
I'm leaving this photo shoot, and she gets dressed out of that period piece there that we have. She had a period. And then
you couldn't really get a sense of her body in that.
You couldn't get a sense. So all of a sudden she gets in her jeans, her tight jeans, and she's wearing just a little shirt that covers her breast and the rest of the stomach. In fact, it was almost like a brassiere.
Hey now.
And she just walked up the street, and and she had like a little beret on.
Yeah, yeah.
And I went,
you hate the beret.
Not on her, I don't. Please.
She came out better looking than the poster.
Yeah, she did, and I was just like, oh man, it would be so cool to just roll down the window and go, hey, that was like, hey, don't you want to ride?
You need a ride somewhere?
Yeah, and hey, want to go get something to eat? And hey, want to go have sex with me? Hey, want to be bent over a desk for about 15 minutes?
Want to go into the alley?
That's not a bend me over a desk face she's making.
No, you could. I'll bring in the other pictures.
Yeah, bring in the other one.
You know what that face is, Howard? That's the face that Joan Rivers makes when you try to stick your hand up her dress. That's the exact face.
You know the paperback is almost 700 pages? It's bigger than War and Peace?
I was surprised at that. It's very thick.
Now, that's not because of the added 64 pages, is it? Don't they have to add more pages because they shrink it down?
Well, yeah, but of course.
Yeah.
And, but also I added, I almost added 100 pages.
Right. I'm just saying that it's over 700 because it's smaller pages.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm excited about that. I'm working on the audio version of the book, actually. I have to do that. That's going to be pretty weird, too. But anyway, enough about that. We're going to talk about the MTV Awards when we get back, because I have many observations. And I'm anxious to hear Ralph's story, and I'm anxious to hear Stuttering John with all the rock stars. And Mary Lou Henner's stopping by today, too.
Chock full show.
Hey, now.
Oh, get out of here, you hippie high guy.
Ralph is so ripped. He was working on my hair, and I go...
giggling at nothing.
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
You smoke a lot of pot, man?
No, dude, I'm just having fun.
He's really into pot.
Yeah,
no, I'm not.
He wants to be like all the stars today. They all do pot.
He's developing breasts, man. Look at him in his, look at that. That's some pot, man.
That's my nipple ring.
Oh, is that your nipple ring?
Oh.
Did you take your shirt off at the MTV Awards and show your nipple ring?
No.
See, if you had tattoo on your arm, you would have looked cool.
I can't decide what to get.
Hey, what happened to your tattoo? I thought you were getting it over the holiday.
I was all set. And then she sent back you see, I was very vague when I went there. I didn't really know what I wanted. So, in all fairness, she's a really good tattoo artist. But I kind of just said, hey, give me fire, give me ribbons, give me... And she sent back a design that really I would never put on my arm. Yeah. No, it was just like a lot of fire and ribbons, and it was a little too much. So she said, look, you got to really kind of figure out what you want, and I'll draw it for you. So I can't I can't, you know what, I haven't had time.
The tattoo and the script.
Yeah,
and the
I'm a little busy right now. As soon as I'm done Sunday, you know what I want to do? I just want to go over to the tattoo place and just let her do. I'll tell her what I want and just do the damn thing.
You know, then you might end up with like I don't know, like a Chinese.
Your mouth.
You might end up with a Chinese thing on your head.
You ought to design something. You know how you get.
Yeah.
Then we're going to be doing laser treatment to get it removed.
No.
You get what you want.
I'm not doing that. Maybe I'll tattoo the script to my movie on my body. I'm in love with it so much. In Latin. You know what I really want for a tattoo?
A berry.
Picture of Robin.
Beside the picture of Robin. Can you imagine a big picture of Robin? That would be great.
Get a big Christ head. Robin with thorns on her head.
You know what I would really like? Oh, damn. We haven't broken for commercials. We're making a big mistake. All right.
Yeah, we better.
Just bring up tattoo when we get back, and then I'll start with the MTV Awards right after this. I have so much to talk about. I have so much to talk about. So many things aggravate me and annoy me that there is an endless amount of material coming out of me. And so what I did was I taped the MTV Awards.
Mm-hmm.
I usually am excited by the MTV Awards, as I was this year, because MTV has the ability to attract big celebrities. More so than the Academy Awards, more so than the Emmys. And why? Because the artists depend on MTV.
They got a lockhold on them.
They sure do.
They sell records.
Yes.
With those videos.
And so I look forward to them because at least you know a lot of good people are going to show up. All right? And that's interesting to me.
Well, I like the performances. They get a lot of people to perform live.
Right. But MTV has artists by the balls. If you don't show up to an MTV award, like, for example, Counting Crows wasn't there to accept an award, you should be sure MTV's going to be pissed at them.
Right. No more video for airplay for them.
Right. Unless they have a really good excuse. And it better be real good.
Somebody died.
Yeah. I noticed Letterman was able to show up for the MTV Awards.
Yes.
But he can't show up for my show.
Believe me, that's exactly what I thought when I saw him walk out.
Me too. And he was very good. You know, it was cool that he walked out with Madonna. God only knows how that happened, but I thought it was great. And that Beavis and Butthead thing where he smacks Beavis in the head.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, very good. Incredibly good. And Letterman was real funny. It just, something ticks me off about Letterman. I've done his show now for over 10 years.
But he, too, now, like Johnny Carson, has divided show business into certain segments.
Yeah, what's good for him to do and what isn't.
Certain segments he can be with, and others he can't.
Yeah. Like Beavis and Butthead are okay because they're cartoons.
Right.
Like I saw an interview with him recently, and they asked him who he likes in show business. He said Beavis and Butthead. He can compliment a cartoon, but he can't compliment any human being.
Other people? No.
Yeah. That's who he likes. Beavis and Butthead, the cartoons.
Right.
When we tried to get him on the show, when I called the woman from CBS, I put in that request.
Well, Gary put in I said to Gary, I got worked up on the air one day, and I said, hey, Gary, go call Letterman's office and put in maybe we never put a formal request in. Call up and say, Howard would like to book Dave on the show.
Had to fax a letter.
So they said, fax a letter. I have to fax a letter. So I took a pen, I think I took a crayon, and I wrote on a piece of paper, we would like to have Dave on the show, Howard.
But we attached a nice formal letter with it.
Why? You shouldn't have even bothered.
See Howard's correspondence, follow, the whole thing.
So that was the note I got.
Very professional package, huh?
Yeah. So then, Phony sends it off to them, and he follows up with a phone call, and they say, well, we haven't had our meeting with Dave yet to find out what he's going to be doing. All right, so Gary says, fine, I'll wait for the meeting. And Gary calls back after he hasn't heard for a while. He says, did you guys have your meeting? And they said, well, Dave called Howard about this already. So, he's not doing it. So Gary comes to me and he says, did Dave call you about
being on the show?
Yes. I said, no, Dave called me at home. I got a call. Did I tell you this?
You said you got a call from him at home. Yeah.
I got a call from him at home, and Letterman basically said, hey, you've been doing the show for 10 years. And I just wanted to say thank you for a great job that you've been doing. He says, I never get to do this. I never get to make phone calls and this and that. I said, wow, that's really very nice. Now, I know what was going on. I had just appeared on the show. They had the biggest rating I think they've had in the career of the Tonight Show. I mean, of the Late Show, whatever you call that show. He had huge ratings with me. I can't tell. Like the Tonight Show went down to a 1 and he went up to an 8. Okay. And there's been rumblings that I might even become a permanent guest on the Tonight Show. What do you think of that? I might offer myself.
You might abandon the Late Show.
I might. I don't like the lack of reciprocation. So he calls. He says, "Oh, I said, "Listen, that's very, very nice of you. Thank you for the call."
Did you say anything about doing this show?
Nope. Did not bring it up. Did not bring it up. I didn't call him. He called me. He had something to tell me. He wanted to tell me how talented I was.
Well, was this after Gary's letter or before?
After Gary's letter, but I didn't associate the two.
Okay.
I had no knowledge.
I didn't know they were in relation to each other.
No, I didn't either. He wanted to call me and say this, which was very nice. I said to him, hey, I never get, sometimes a guest comes on my show, they do a great job. Like we just had Bobcat on and he was killer. I never get to call him.
Howard.
Yeah.
Are you sure of the order of this?
Yes. Yes. I'm very sure. Jackie, unlike you, I am not befuddled with pot.
No, I'm sure.
I thought you had spoken about, he spoke to you on the phone, and then you said...
No. Listen to me carefully. I understand what you're saying, and again, I'm correcting you.
Okay.
So when I called those people, Robin, they said, they just sort of pushed...
So anyway, I had this conversation with David Letterman on the phone. In the movie, every time Gary opens his mouth, I cut him off, even in real life. That's exactly, you just saw a little scene from the movie. See that?
Was I acting?
No. You were acting stupid.
You were doing your usual
doing
act.
it well. Get my Oscar.
Doing your usual act. He's a one-note actor, but he does it well.
Best supporting moron. Anyway, they don't have a category.
Red. I don't know why.
So anyway, the thing is, I received this phone call. It was very, very gracious. Now, Letterman is a big star. And for him to call and say it, very, very nice.
Yes, but if this was payment...
Right, exactly.
For doing his show all these years, it was kind of short.
It was really bad payment. It was no payment.
At all?
Yeah, I don't need to be stroked.
What good is it calling you at home?
Quite frankly, it would be nice if you said something nice about me in the press, which he hasn't done lately.
Yeah.
He has belittled me. He said, sometimes I think Howard's a real jerk, and sometimes I think he's real funny. That was the most he could muster up for the guy on the telephone privately. He's telling me what a genius I am.
But see, you could have made this all up.
Of course. What good is it to tell me? Don't tell me. Tell the world, Polly. You're in a position to say something nice instead of saying when they say
instead of helping Madonna's career.
Excuse me. Instead of helping Beavis and Butthead's career by complimenting cartoons, I request that you come on the show and don't piss on me.
I mean, what is that? And he doesn't even mention that he's not going to come on the show. This was supposed to be payment. This is the answer to your letter to do the show.
I swear to you, not up until this second that I'm talking to you did I even realize that that was supposed to be payment. Like, in other words, I'm not coming on your show. Like, I'm supposed to associate all these things. So now that we're putting it all together, Fafafui calls back.
Spoke to the woman from CBS.
And it's funny because I said to Fafafui, gee, I got this unusual call from Letterman. It was very nice. Maybe you ought to call again, remind him that I said I think Dave wants to come on the show, maybe.
In fact, I remember when Dave called looking for Howard, we discussed what it could be that he wanted. I said he either wants to tell you why he can't do the show or how good you were when you were on the other night.
Yeah, which would be, I said he's going to tell me how good I was, but I would have been, I don't need phone calls from anybody. I don't need phone calls from anyone.
So I spoke to the woman from CBS. She's the PR person. And she said that Dave would not be able to do it.
Yeah, so the official word was Dave does not do. No, give the exact...
Dave doesn't do these sort of things. And I said, so I stopped her cold in her tracks, and I said...
What is sort of things?
I said, well, what about... She goes, he doesn't do anything. And I said, well, he did the David Brenner syndicated radio show, and there was silence.
Yeah, she didn't have an answer.
She said, you know what, I didn't have any control over that. Unfortunately, this woman really doesn't have any control.
Letterman but tell her not to say Letterman doesn't do those kind of things. He does those kind of things.
He just
does what he wants.
No, what they got to say is Letterman doesn't do a damn thing for Howard. That's what they should say. They should be upfront and honest. Letterman doesn't do a thing for Howard. If Howard requests a picture for his TV show of him from the different years so he could show his look over the years, he will not do it. If Howard requests anything from Dave, he won't do it.
We couldn't even get, Robin and I have spoken about this, we couldn't even get Dave to record a little happy birthday message on tape.
No, but David Brenner, who he wouldn't have on his show for years, he'll do something for him. Kiss me a tuckasaran, Dave. You understand? You understand Italian, pal? Kiss me a tuckasaran. That's all. That's all. Don't call my house. Don't break bread with me.
Break bread. You're not even close.
You call my house. You call my home. And when we had the old TV show, I said to Robin, wouldn't it be a great bit just for me and you to be sitting at the desk and we take a look at the different hairstyles and clothes that I've worn over the years on Letterman?
Yes, because you have changed with every appearance.
So we call up this Letterman show and we get the great Bob Morton. And he, first they get all confused. We don't know. We got to check with NBC.
What do you want to do with these pictures? Remember, it was like an interrogation.
Yeah, an interrogation. I said, here's what we want to do. I want to look at my look and do a little innocent bit with Rob. We can't. I wanted the video, a little bit of videotape. Right. They said, no, we'll give you stills, and the stills can't show Dave.
Right, and then they wanted, I believe, $2,000 or $2,500 per still.
Yeah, $2,500 per picture to his friend. He's going to charge me for my own picture. It was like if I had asked David Letterman for one of his fingers, I could understand that kind of commotion. I said, do you think...
And he probably would cost less.
Yeah. I said, dude... What am I, dirt? Am I some kind of jackass? Well, let me tell you something. I've got exactly 14 months to go on my contract. Exactly 14 months to go. And then Letterman better sit tight. Because remember that 8 rating that you got with me on? Try and go up against an 8 rating. I'm number 1 at everything I do. And I'll kick your ass if I want to. I don't want to be on television. I want to make movies, but I'll go on television just to kick his ass. Ask Imus what it's like. Ask Imus what it's like. I didn't want to go on morning radio. We had a beautiful afternoon job here.
We loved working afternoons.
But Imus ticked me off so much because he's such a jerk. I ruined my whole life just to beat his ass into the ground.
And we can't get out of it now.
No. And I got to call this Letterman for one friggin' picture? And the guy wants to charge me $3,000 per picture?
And in 10 years, he's never done the show?
Get out of my house, man. That pisses me off. And let me tell you something. You can think I'm a buffoon, a jerk. You can think anything you want of me. I got one thing going for me that none of these guys have. The public loves me. The critics can bash me. Everyone can sit and tell you I suck, I have no talent, I'm disgusting. Well, let me tell you something. There's a lot of people who like watching this train wreck. There's a lot of people, and they're getting a little bored with late-night television. And I'll stick my ass right up against you. Mano y mano. Mano or mano. Whatever. That would turn me on. That's a good way to end your career.
Your buddy. Your pal.
Yeah, everyone's my pal, calling me at home, telling me how great I am. Then they get in the newspaper and they're saying, he's a little bit of a jerk. You know, I don't know. You critique my ass. You take half my material. Why would you critique my ass? Gee, Richard Simmons was an original. Taking him and what to do with him. You think Letterman... How
many guests did we develop for his...
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing the pre-interview and laying it all out for him. Give me your friggin' attitude. Damn. After all the nice things I've said about you, don't sit there and call my house and tell me I'm a genius. Don't call my friggin' house and call me and tell me I'm a genius. Tell the press. Say it. Or are you insecure? Damn, you're making $14 million a year and you're still insecure. $3,000 a picture. That to your friends.
No, I have to be with Madonna.
Yeah, Madonna. Boy, does she look like an old hag. God, big thick legs like my grandmother.
What is that? You know, she works out and works out and works out. What happened?
I don't know. I mean, you don't work out that much. Get your legs skinny.
It's not
Damn.
working.
And that hair. And that face. Hoofa. Damn. Hoofa. I think she's trying to look like Sharon Stone or something, man, but she's all wasted. It's time to retire those boots. Well, first of all, MTV has something called a pre-game show. In other words, I mean a pre-show.
Yes.
This Cindy Crawford might have the most empty head on the planet.
No. Didn't she say she was a genius?
Yeah, oh yeah, in school she got straight A's.
That's right, and she was going to be an engineer or something before modeling called.
Yeah, so was the kid on the Good and Plenty ad. An engineer. Choo Choo Charlie, I think his name was.
She's going to ride a train.
Yeah, she's going to ride a train. Engineers all over the world are insulted when they read that. Here they are studying. They got to go to college to be an engineer. It's tremendously competitive. Slide rules, this and that. And you see some big dumb broad on TV talking about how she could have been an engineer. Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot. That's what I want to see. It's that easy, isn't it, Cindy? Let's see you with a slide rule. You
anything, but you decided to be a model.
Yeah. And what they got, it's unbelievable. They say to her, hey, Green Day's here. She don't know any of the groups.
No.
Green Day's here, this group. She goes, ooh, but I'll have to go in and check out their clothes.
Oh, that was the best. I saw that.
Everything...
Yeah, I'm anxious to see how everybody's dressing, what they're wearing.
Yeah, I mean, can you be more vapid? No wonder Richard Gere can't stay with you more than a week. I mean, it's unbelievable.
And are you just too tired of that attitude that she's too good for any room?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what it is when you get good-looking broads. I hate good-looking broads. I love them. I'd love to sleep with them, but I hate them. You want to sleep with them and stuff them in a garbage pail after you're done with them.
Dismember them.
Chop their heads off in their arms. I'm going to chop you up now. I could have been an engineer. Yeah. You're not qualified to be the conductor, let alone the engineer.
You're not qualified to be the ticket taker.
Yeah. And Richard Gere, meanwhile, calls his agent and says, book me a flight to anywhere. Then find me a movie. Get me to Bangkok. But, Richard, you're not filming there. I'll find a movie when I get to Bangkok.
There's a project there. I know it.
I think her brains are in her mole.
Oh.
I mean, more vapid comments. I mean, I'll have to go look at what they're wearing. Duh. All right. So then, they got big moment. The show opens, and Michael Jackson comes out with this.
What is that?
With this, like Scientology looks like they drained the fluids out of her brain.
She looks like Morticia.
Yeah, they just sucked whatever brain was left in that head of Elvis's daughter, and replaced it with L. Ron Hubbard's brain. And she looked like she was in shock, like, oh my God, how did I get into this?
Yeah.
And she's a celebrity, I guess. I don't know what she does. She
stepped out of the womb a celebrity.
And the two of them are standing there, and you're saying to yourself, I'd pay 25 cents to see these two in a circus tent. It's a geek show.
In fact, there'd be a line.
Yeah. Like, you're like, there's a freak lover, and there's this guy, and now in front of the whole world, I'm going to prove I don't love young boys by kissing this girl.
Are we really that stupid?
Yeah. I mean,
that all he has to do is kiss Lisa Marie on TV and everything goes away?
In the old days, before Michael Jackson got all this negative press, when he came out, he was barely able to speak because the crowd would be screaming, we love you, Michael, and the applause. So he came out this time, and he gets on the microphone, and he goes, he's trying to make believe like it's the old days. He can't get a word out because the crowd is forcing him down, and he can't even speak. Only this time, everyone stood up. I heard some boos.
I thought it was Ralph.
I know. I hope he's booing. I heard a lot of boos.
Uh-huh.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, MTV doesn't know how to mic an audience.
I bet you they had to keep the mics down in the audience.
Well, what happened was, evidently the room noise was loud, but it seemed as if like Roseanne wasn't getting any laughs, I don't think they mic'd the audience. MTV, right? Am I correct?
Couldn't hear anything.
And yet, on TV, it didn't sound like anyone was even cheering. They go to all this trouble to load the audience, like Ralph auditioned to be in the audience. He had to audition to be in the audience to be loud and wild. Mm-hmm. And I am telling you, as I watched this production, you got the feeling that there was no energy in the room.
Right.
This is what I'm talking about, the production of an MTV award show. All this trouble, all this money spent, and it seemed like the fans were disinterested in what anyone said.
In fact, there were people responding to things that were happening in the audience, and I didn't know what they were responding to.
And you didn't understand why they couldn't talk.
You know how whenever we do a live show, you always are yelling about getting the audience so the audience can hear the show.
Yes.
I don't understand why, because you totally zone out on it.
Right.
It's like, wah, wah, wah.
It's very important. If you're going to work, this is why any of my shows, I don't like to have a live show. When we did our Channel 9 show, they always wanted a studio audience. I said, absolutely not. I got to sit there and worry about whether the studio audience is cold enough, whether they're awake enough, whether they're being entertained while we're doing another setup.
Here.
I said, I'm not going to play to that kind of energy, because if the energy She's right. It's not my fault. I'm being funny, but you're making them wait 17 hours to see something. What?
Did you see them booing Public Enemy?
Now, you see, I didn't get the sense that they booed him.
I did. When he started talking about they were cheering, and then the guy started saying that America has all these political prisoners. They started naming them, and then you heard booing.
Yeah, well, you see, this is my point about the microphones. I could not hear that. I didn't get the sense that people were really booing. Were people booing Michael Jackson?
No.
No, they were excited.
Yeah.
You see, I got the impression that it was like dead because...
It was also hard to know that the show had... Even though they were out there, it was hard to know that it had started because they didn't give you a count. Like they were...
All right, you can leave now. I'm really not interested
He
in what
needs
you have
a
to say.
count.
Yeah, he needs a count.
All of a sudden.
Well, if you smoke that much pot, you would need a count, too.
I guess so.
Thank you.
Need a mallet over the
right,
head.
Yeah. Hey, dope. The show's on. All right, goodbye. Wake up, you moron. There, get out of here. Stupid. All right.
Good job.
But anyway, yeah, good job. He is annoying.
But it was not the loud audience response that you usually would hear when Michael Jackson came out. So I just sat there and I said, oh, he's not getting much response.
No.
He said his 2 lines.
Yeah, and he was like, thank you. He wanted the audience to keep
going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be all this adulation. And then he kisses this girl, and this girl, I feel bad for Elvis's daughter. Obviously,
she didn't seem to know what was happening then either.
No, she seemed it looked like someone had drugged her and pushed her out there. I mean, it really looked almost like a kidnapping.
She had a look on her face like, how did I get here?
It looked like a kidnapping. And I really think Priscilla Presley. History repeats itself. Priscilla Presley's parents let her run off as a 14-year-old with Elvis Presley.
She was kidnapped.
To me, she was kidnapped. And if I was her, I would really look deep into this situation and get some help for my daughter. I would get some serious help for her.
Well, it's interesting. I saw one of the the Elvis Presley relatives on a talk show the other day, and he was saying that once he went out to visit Lisa Marie when she was a teenager.
Yes.
And she took him to a Scientology meeting. And after the meeting, she asked him what he thought, and he said, well, I think it's a bunch of malarkey, and I don't think Elvis would be into it, and I really don't think you should be into it.
Yes.
She went right back and told Priscilla what he said, and he never got to see her again.
Yeah, right. You can't give an honest discussion with this girl.
Right. You cannot say anything bad about Scientology.
Right. Yeah, it's such a wonderful thing. It's invented by a science fiction writer. People praying to a test tube. Well, she looked like a girl who was out there who not only didn't know what was going on, but she looks like a girl who didn't know what was going on since she was born. All right, that takes care of that.
But I am glad that he came. I mean, it's just, I don't know, whoever his PR people are, they just really think American audiences are stupid.
Yeah, I know. I know they do.
You go out there and you kiss her, Michael, and everything will be fine.
Yeah, well, one day I'll tell you all about that.
Yeah?
I know a lot more than... I know you think I'm bull crapping you, but I'll tell you more about it than you want to know.
You better tell me now.
I can't.
Your credibility is weak with me.
All right. How did they do bleeping? Was it in a live event? Did they have a delay on there?
Must have had a delay.
It was a good delay. I mean, they actually caught everything.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
They've learned their lesson.
So Steven Tyler and Aerosmith performed. I'm a big fan of theirs. Steven always has this move. He comes out all dressed, and midway through whatever performance it is, he opens up a shirt so people can see his chest. But for one song, there's not enough time. When you're doing a whole rock concert,
you can peel.
Yeah, you can peel. There's like 6.
The layers.
Yeah, there's like 6 or 7 songs, and you get a sweat going, and it makes sense that you open your shirt.
Right.
But just to open your shirt during one song, it always looks forced. Steven shouldn't do that.
All right.
That's just my bit of advice.
I thought he came out that way.
But
he just ripped his shirt off just to come out.
No, but he
hot backstage.
But the boys did a good job.
I thought what's his name was incredible.
Joe Perry.
Joe Perry.
Yes, the whole performance. Yes.
Walk This Way.
Oh, you like him.
He was incredible.
Then they have the actual awards themselves. And
what are there, 5 awards on that show?
I don't know. I got to take a break, but I just want to finish with this thought. They have the actual awards. Now, all right, let me take a break because this is too much to develop. We got Stuttering John, who was at the MTV Awards with some incredible interviews.
Wonderful.
And I want to finish this critique of the show, and then I have to move on to many, many topics. Mary Lou Henner is also coming in. And I'll be back right after this. What's going on, Fred? What, something wrong? Now I believe you. Well, get Richie to fix that. Jackie, New Rave Joke Page Martley to order Jackie's 78-minute comedy CD. It's $10 plus free shipping and handling, and the price includes a 20-page colored Jokeland catalog. Call 1-800-323-5464. And tonight, Jackie hosts Girls Night In, the big pajama party live. Girls Night In. at 9 p.m. and 12 p.m. on
my
the...
new favorite show.
No, is that 9 p.m. and 12 a.m. or p.m.?
12 midnight. It's,
yeah, you mean 12 midnight.
Pacific Central, but I can go whatever.
That's a.m., isn't
That's a.m., Jack.
All right, 12 a.m.
Okay.
I've never gotten that straight.
9 p.m. and 12 a.m. on the Adam and Eve channel. Yeah, Cindy Crawford said she had trouble with that, too. For information and raunchy jokes, call 516-922...
All the really brilliant have trouble with that.
922-WINE, W-I-N-E.
Okay.
And Jackie will be on something called the Adam and Eve channel, which I know a lot of people get.
Thank you, Bob.
Between the E channel and the Adam and Eve channel, I think this reaches about 27 people.
Showed in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah. Whoever that is. Very good, Jackie. We're all very proud of your career. Now...
Just 2 people will listen.
Well, I'd look forward to seeing that if I could get that. I don't get it. I would love to get that channel. I don't get
I don't even get that
channel. That's pretty good. Do they tell you how many people get that channel?
You'd be frightened. It's like 2.2 million cable subscribers in about 17 cities, plus it's available on all the people that have satellite dishes across the country.
I see. All right.
4 million available and 7 watching.
Very good. All right, let me get back to the MTV Awards, okay? You know, I got to tell you, this Stuttering John is a real nincompoop.
Oh, dear. What did he do?
You know how people say, hey, you think someone's really stupid because they stutter, but they really have normal intelligence?
Well, John says he's a genius.
Yeah.
He has a very high intelligence.
I'll tell you something. I think he's really stupid. It has nothing to do with the stutter. Here's a guy. He goes out to the MTV Awards, right?
Yeah.
And he gets great interviews.
Got all his questions off, I understand.
Not only got him on for radio, but he also had the TV crew there to tape them. And, you know. But in order to get them on our air, he's got to bring them into Scott the engineer. Scott gets in at 4 in the morning. So if John was smart, he'd get here 4 in the morning, cut them all up, and have them ready to go for the show. Now, Gary has to wake Stuttering John up. Now, Gary gets here at 10 of 6. And Stuttering John's sleeping away. I don't know when he thinks he's going to get this stuff on. He's stupid. He's a stupid moron.
Did you ask him that?
No, I don't even bother talking to him anymore. I hardly speak to Stuttering John because he's stupid. I can't be surrounded by stupidity.
You know what he says to me often? He doesn't understand why you think so little of him.
This is why. I don't think he's a bright guy. I got to be with bright people.
He claims that he does a lot for this show, and you don't know that he's doing it. You know,
how would I know?
His machinations are so smooth that you can't even see him working.
He's seamless. How would I know what he does if it doesn't get on the air on time? It doesn't make a difference.
You know what?
He's very stupid.
He hasn't done interviews in a while on the air. I would think that he would have been waiting out in front of K-Rock for somebody to show up.
Now, let me tell you what's going on with Stuttering John, Jackie. I know people, and Stuttering John is one of these guys. He thought he was going to be a big rock star. He thought by now he wouldn't have to do anything.
Oh, wow.
And now, you make me sick.
Why?
You make me want to puke.
What would I do?
You don't know what you did? I have to repeat it now?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
What were you doing?
I'm pulling the MTV tapes.
Oh, okay, good. Why don't you go back to it?
When
do you think you'll get to it? 9 o'clock?
Did you hear what happened?
What happened?
I was with Ganji, right? I swear to God, this is the truth. I was with Ganji, and he was coming back here to sleep, right?
Did you forget how entertaining this was?
Oh, it's so entertaining.
He was coming back here to sleep. I said, Mike, well, if you're going to come back here, could you go over to tape with Scotty? And he goes, yeah, okay. I go, let's collect us our thoughts and go over the order. So we sat down in the cab, and I went over the order of people. I went over every guy I got. I said, okay? Could you do it? And he goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, I can. Come in. I figured, all right, good. So I come my normal time, and then idiot just gives Scott the thing, the list, and just goes, here, pull it. But else I would have came in. When I go with Grillo, he comes in here, he does the whole thing. There's never a problem because if he sleeps here, he's going to be here anyway.
All right, let me ask you something.
Do you have one idea what?
No, I have no idea what he said.
Yes, you do.
You're saying to me, let me understand. In other words, your job was to go out and get interviews, and you gave it to someone else to worry about.
No.
So you passed off the responsibility.
No. I did all the interviews. I did everything. I snuck into everywhere last night. You would have been proud of me how I snuck into everywhere. I got everything. You know what I'm saying? But
what good is it if it's not on the air? Get here at 4 in the morning.
Because Fatso told me that he was going to be able to do it. Because he was here. He was going to be able to pull it up with
Did you do it? So what happened? Well, don't tell me, is it you, Ganji, that's such a retard?
No.
I'll swear on my mother's life that I went over it with you.
I said I would drop it off. I never said I was going to sit with Scott and go over it with him.
I swear on my mother's life. I sat with you, and I said... And I said to you, I went over the order with you in the cab, and I said, you're going to sit down with Scotty and tell him everything that happened.
I never, ever said I was going to sit with Scotty.
Oh, you are such a liar.
I said
you are such a liar.
No,
you are such a lazy liar.
No, you are a lazy liar. You were the one saying, Gage,
no, you're not a lazy liar.
No.
He's an aggressive liar.
No. He's lazy because the reason why... First of all, how could you forget? We were in the cab. I went over the whole order.
Yes, we did go... You were trying to think of who we got. Yes, you were sitting there going, yes.
Why was I thinking of it?
So we could tell Scotty in the morning.
Exactly. So why didn't you tell him?
No, because I said I was going to drop it off for Scotty, not I was going to sit there with Scotty in the morning. That's why I wanted to get an hour's worth of sleep too. I mean,
Aren't I a superstar, Robin? Why do I have imbeciles working for me and surrounding me? Why am I hearing this? That's all I know is when I come in the morning. And
Howard,
when's the last time you went out and interviewed somebody?
It's been a while, but it just started again. September starts it again.
Okay. Listen to me. Stop for a second. And then continue, because it's very funny. I'm going to tell you something. The only thing that saves your job is that you stutter. You understand that? I have never been more entertained than watching that argument and watching your mouth and tongue. All right? Now, listen to me. Your stuttering is your career, not your music, not anything else. Stuttering is what you will make your money on. You should thank God for stuttering. When you go out and you make a tape for this show, especially something as bulky, you got a tremendous amount of interviews, you got a large amount of material, you got to come in with Scott. Forget about Ganji. Ganji's a nincompoop. Have you ever seen me assign anything to Ganji?
No.
I never assign a thing to him.
I promise, you can mark my words, I will never, ever do this again. I mean, when Grillo does it, it's always done. Grillo's been out on me a million times.
So bring Grillo.
Ganji has a camera now.
Ganji's very lazy. Ganji is on probation with me as far as this camera work goes, because who knows what he's doing with that. I wonder if you are cataloging all of your interviews and things for the E! Show.
Yes.
All I know is...
That's probation you're on. You're now on probation over this incident. He's not, because how can you get rid of him? He stutters too good. You don't do anything.
In fact, it's better when he
Can I develop
up,
something?
Ralph, you have some reason Ralph is here.
I came in about 5:15 this morning, and Ganji was sleeping.
Yeah,
see? I mean,
we also get in at 3. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but what good is it if now Scott is busy editing the MTV Awards?
Are you nice and rested now, Ganji? That's a lot of help.
Now I got to tell you what else is happening. I have tape I needed pulled for this morning from the MTV Awards, which they can't get to because you guys are in there.
No, the other guy's pulling it.
So where is it?
I don't know. I mean...
All right, good. Yeah. John, listen, Ganji's always the fault, or this one's the fault, Jackie's the fault, Fred's the fault, Gary's the fault. It's your fault. You don't get your work on.
It's your job.
You were sleeping this morning. You weren't worried. One morning, get in a little earlier, work with Scott, make sure your stuff's ready to go. You're familiar with it. Listen back to it a little bit. Catalog it. Go tell me. I don't want to hear this argument between you and Ganji. That's something you guys can have out in the hall.
I already did have it out in the hall.
Did you tape it?
No.
Stupid. I tell you not to be stupid.
Always tape.
All right, thank you. Thank you, and we'll look forward to hearing those interviews when they're no longer relevant.
Wednesday.
Thank you. Wednesday.
They'll be ready in for 5 minutes.
We'll see you then. We'll be entertained again by your stutter. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ganji. Thank you, John. Good job again. Hey, John, let me ask you something. When did you give Jackie and Fred the list of people to write questions for? What day did you give them that?
What do you mean?
All right, thank you very much.
No
answer to that. Thank you. Your microphone is now off. I just want to remind you why you burned me up.
Another excuse is coming.
What is that? Another excuse? Let me hear.
Yes. Because I wasn't even. I was supposed to go to this thing, but I was going to get in through E. E called me the previous day and said that said that they couldn't get me credentials. So then why should I tell Freddie? I was like, all right. So then now I'm going to get credentials. So then in the morning I started calling everybody who I knew trying to get credentials. I couldn't get them, but how? I didn't think I was going to be able to sneak in, but I snuck in. I'm sorry.
You do listen to me.
I thought everybody knows who's going to be there anyway. It wasn't like a big mystery anyway. I mean, they've been announcing it for days.
But if you know you're going, even if you're going to go try and sneak in, listen to me.
Shut up over there.
If you are going to go try and sneak into something, if there's a chance, even you're thinking about it, let us know. We write for a living. Me, Jackie, and Fred will go up and
I just
write.
tell you one thing, though, but sometimes when I tell Freddie, and I don't get it, I feel bad because... No.
Freddie has nothing to do anyway. No, Freddie doesn't mind.
I asked you for the list, and I never got the list.
No.
I took it on my own to look in the paper.
Well, you said that, wait, Freddie, be honest. The exact words you told me is that you had a list from the papers.
John, listen to me. I'm going to tell you again. Forget it, Fred, please. Allow me, please. Here's what I'm going to tell you. If you have an inkling of something you're going to sneak into, let's say you're going to sneak into your mother's bedroom tonight and videotape your parents making love. Whatever you have an inkling of videotaping or asking someone a question, tell us. And we will begin to write or prepare our thoughts. We need time to think. Yesterday I was scrambling to get questions. I'm not going to take this up with you on the air.
No, I can see that you're serious, and it's a point.
Did you get Paul Reiser?
No, because I was at the MTV Awards. Wait. Paul Reiser was at a different location. This is my exact point. See, now you're mad at me because I asked him to write Paul Reiser questions, but it was a simultaneous event. I couldn't be.
I wrote Paul Reiser questions yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, but Howard, if I didn't get into the MTV Awards, then I would have to. Then I could have went and got Paul Reiser.
All right, okay, good. Just go get me something. All right, if you did this work, this body of work, and is Fafafui listening? Because I don't want to play the bad interviews, just the good ones.
No, Fafafui.
Well, Fafafui is another retard.
All right.
I don't know what he does out there either. You, Fafafui, and Ganji, I could take all three of you guys, replace you tomorrow. You, I'd have a hard time because of the stutter. That's your value.
Maybe you should get somebody to work with him. Somebody who's smart enough, and he could do his stuttering, and the work would still get done.
Like a ventriloquist to work with him, so work as puppet head.
That's right.
Baba Booey is useless. You're useless. Ganji's useless. What do you do?
Howard, do you know all those...
I know you snuck in, but what good if it doesn't get on the air?
I mean, even with, besides what I do interviewing-wise.
What do you do?
When I'm back, do you know all those, all the calls that come through here?
Oh, you answer the phone?
Yeah, but I'm...
That's good job.
Yeah, no, honestly.
All right, thank you. I got to move along. I got to make comments. Go ahead and get the tape, and then we'll talk.
It's a tough job.
That's a hard job, answering the calls and figuring out who's fun.
I sift through them and give you the best ones.
Oh, okay.
The drunk lady. I mean, all the good ones.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I don't think anyone could do that.
No, I have a good idea of what you want to. You know, I've been here enough. I know what you want to do.
Why don't you go buy some stocks? No. All right, thank you. Now let's hear some MTV Awards, and then we'll be happy. Just see if you can get them done sometime today.
He swears he could be a writer on the show.
Oh, I know he could.
He says, Howard won't accept any of my ideas.
I would accept any of his ideas when I'm in a mental institution. When I go to Creedmoor, he will be my head writer. Until then, I'll stick with these two.
He doesn't respect me.
Oh, too bad he's gone.
What?
You know what I just found out?
What?
We just hired a new intern who stutters.
No kidding.
Oh,
did we really?
Where is he?
How are you talking? Where is this kid?
He's not here yet. He'll be here.
Is it worse than John's?
I haven't,
my happy day. God has answered my prayers. This is exactly like when I was in Hartford Radio, 1970... Quick, Robin. 1978, I was in Hartford Radio. I had asked for a $25 raise. I was kicking ass. The boss says he has to think about it. I was in the studio. I was playing a friggin' Lynyrd Skynyrd record for the 9 millionth time. I got down on my knees like this, and I prayed to my Lord Jesus Christ. I had tears in my eyes. I was on the air, and I had tears in my eyes, and I prayed that someone would call me and offer me a job out of Hartford. It wasn't 20 minutes later, I get off the air. Dwight Douglas, the great consultant for Burkhardt Abrams, phones me and says, Howard Stern, my name is Dwight Douglas. This is like Jesus Christ calling you back then. He says, I need a guy in Detroit right away. You available?
And this was a blessing?
I was out of Hartford.
How much more did it pay?
I went from $12,000 to $30,000.
Whoa.
But he had to go to Detroit to get it.
Boy,
and within 2 months in Detroit, they gave me a raise up to $50,000. Is
that right?
Think of that. That's right. Phony.
Wow.
And then I got to Washington, and they took it all away.
He had to leave Detroit because his station changed on him.
50,000. Wow.
Hey, you can make that kind of money in radio?
Well,
No kidding. We have an intern that stutters.
Yes, we have a new intern that
can't wait to meet that person.
John already heard.
Yeah.
I heard Kathy talking about it and was sort of giving us like dirty looks. But we're like, no, he's not here.
Is he a guy?
It's a guy, and I have not met him. Kathy hired him.
More guys stutter than women, you know.
Yeah. It's a male thing. Yeah.
Cool.
Like bedwetting.
Thank you for that piece of news.
You're welcome.
Expect a little something extra in your envelope.
There you go.
Well, that's a great story. Hey, thanks, pal. Where's that nitwit? Watch 7 guys walk in.
Yeah, there's a line.
Hey, ask that intern if he gets some interviews at the MTV Awards. Ask him if he would come in at 4 in the morning and cut up the tape so we can hear it on the air.
He's got a little hustle in him. He's hungry.
He's hungry.
What is it?
Yeah, here's another guy who's hungry, but he's eating food all day.
What's the matter?
Did you hear the good news?
What? What's the news?
New intern coming in. Did you hear his affliction?
Yeah.
What? You heard about it?
Yeah.
Stutters.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to let you know.
Okay.
You think he'd have enough sense to come in at 4 in the morning and cut up his interviews?
Howard, I have slept here and done that.
Oh. But now you're what? Now you're what? A rock star?
Well, Howard,
how many records have you sold? Are you now officially a rock star?
Howard, if I would,
I must have missed you at the MTV Awards.
You have to call and get his assistant to find out exactly.
Howard, if I would have,
you have an assistant. Well, maybe my new intern will have an assistant.
Howard,
and I guarantee you, I'm going to take this new intern, this stuttering, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's going to have a record contract within a year. I don't even care if he sings or plays an instrument.
Sing or play.
Howard, if I would have known
Thank you very much.
It would be a problem, I would have came in.
Okay, very good.
Aren't you on your way somewhere?
Hey, don't you have something to do?
Yeah, I'm arguing with Ganji again.
All right. Bye. Stuttering intern. Oh, there's a new stutterer coming in.
He sees his position now threatened.
You're damn right. Wait, one day I'm going to really hit the jackpot and get a Tourette syndrome intern. You wait and see what happens then. I'm going to name the new I don't care what his name is. I'm going to name him Stuttering John.
Yes. Just have it be generic. Everybody who does it is
Stuttering John. So it's just like those disc jockeys that used to be replaced.
That's right.
Like there were like 37 John Lundys and 47 Charlie Tunas.
Right.
And as soon as one left, they would just make a new Charlie Tuna.
They never knew when one was gone.
Ah. Hey, Stuttering John, how you doing? How different could he sound? This is radio. No one will know the difference. Hey, I heard Stuttering John. He was real funny today. Yeah, he had a whole bunch of good interviews on time.
Great.
Okay? We never make reference to anybody else.
John is on Prozac now. He's going to take drugs now.
Oh, this is great. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it.
Miserable man at this
Robin, come over here and kiss. Come on, let's kiss. Come on, tell me how happy you are.
But it's so funny to me.
God has blessed us.
Is John touring or something? Because
no problem.
I was talking to his assistant yesterday. She says, we're out of here. We're going to Nebraska. Getting John ready to go.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Happy days are here again. The skies are blue.
We found another guy who's stuttering.
Happy days, happy times, happy.
On the road again.
On the road again. I just keep going on that road again.
Running on empty.
Running and I just keep on going. I just lost my job again.
Someone takes a spill into me and not you. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on our parade.
What are you singing? All right, very good. You're on a roll over there. You might be happier than I am. All right. And you want to take this new intern out to lunch and stuff?
Absolutely. I'll be his best friend.
All right, good. Yeah. Look, be friendly with him and ignore Stuttering John.
I'll advise him on how he should run his career.
Right. It's time for your career advice, young man.
Take care of all of his problems. Tell him how to talk to you.
All right, very good. Let me finish.
And I'll tell him that he does the interviews better than Stuttering John, no matter what he does.
Yeah, and we'll all tell him that. Hey, listen, let's take a break. I love busting people's balls. Do you ever see me happier? Hey, if anyone has the tape, I got to take a break right here, but if anyone has the tape of Grant Tinker on Good Morning America yesterday, please get it down to me quick. I have a major speech to make regarding this man. I must finish my thoughts on the MTV Awards because we're only on page 1 of my thoughts, and I have all of these pages of thoughts. So we will be back right after these words with my continuing evaluation. All right, let me continue with my review of the MTV Awards, okay?
Yeah.
I know you're anxious to hear my thoughts. It's very noisy in here today. You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
It's these fans again. Listen.
Oh.
That's the noise I compete with in the studio. It's an amazing studio in here. I could build a better studio, and I don't know anything about building a better studio. I know an engineer who could do it.
Well, Cindy
Richie Herbie
Crawford
could do it.
and
Give him the money. What?
Cindy Crawford and you.
Yeah. Cindy Crawford and I are going to build a better studio than this one. I have a lot of confidence in the engineer of this station. I don't think he has a budget or something. Maybe that's the problem. There shouldn't be a fan running next to the guy with the microphone.
But they won't take that away. They've never taken it.
No. And I'll tell Tom about it till the skies turn purple. But he sits back there. He's not going to budge. He's got the golf game he's got to get to. All right, very good. So where was I, Robin?
You were only on your first page of notes.
Yeah, but I told you to remember something.
Oh, tattoo.
Tattoo?
Yeah.
That was 3 hours ago, wasn't it?
You told me to remember tattoo.
Did I?
That's what you told me to remember.
She's amazing. God bless you. No, I was telling you the tattoo that I want. It turns out it's some kind of insignia from a band. I didn't know that, so it threw me for a loop.
The words you want?
No, it's 3 little square boxes. They're almost rectangles.
Uh-huh.
And,
what happened to the ribbon?
Nah, I burnt down on it. Yeah, it just turned me off. And then I want some writing on my arm.
And you had the statement you wanted written?
Yeah, I had the statement I wanted. And I just want to get the 3 rectangles. And then I found out that it's like an album insignia. What's the name of the... Hey, Ralph knows. Hey, Ralph, what's the name of the band that we found out that's too? I saw it in a tattoo magazine. I thought it was cool.
Uh-huh. And then it turned out it was a band album?
Yeah, and I don't want anyone to think I'm walking around trying to pretend I'm in a band.
Yeah, the band is Black Flag.
Yeah. And the guy, I guess the guy I saw a picture of must be in the band.
I don't know. Yeah, it was because it was a rock and roll tattoo magazine.
Right. But you think that's kind of cool, the tattoo I like?
It looked cool because it was kind of looked like somebody just scraped it on. It
looked like a prison tattoo. That's what I'm into. I want to look like I went to prison.
like somebody scratched it into your arm.
Yeah, I don't want it to look like a real refined tattoo. That's what I'm into. Excuse me, Miss China Woman. That's what I'm into. You can't comment on what I like. You got Chinese lettering on your chest.
Look at how long it's taking you to get it. At least I got mine.
Well, you're right. Let's just go to the tattoo place, Ralph, and do it already.
No, I can't decide. I want it here.
I don't care what you want. Just I want to get mine. I don't care if you get one. You don't have to get anything.
I'll go with you.
All right. You just got to drive me there and keep me sedated.
Be entertained.
Right. All right, get out of here now. How did you get thrown out of the MTV Awards? Just tell me.
I stage dived.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah.
You said you were going to do it.
Yeah.
So listen to this. Ralph, wait a second. Check this out. I told this story yesterday, but let me tell it again for those of you who missed it. Ralph, who does my makeup and... Whatever. Cuts my nasal hair.
All right, flare your nostrils.
The dude who cuts my nasal hair. Oh, we should show that on camera one time.
Absolutely. When is he doing that?
When are you going to do it again? When am I due for a nasal hair?
I just did it yesterday, so probably...
You didn't do it yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, you did it. That's right, and I had schnot in my nose.
Yeah.
He started cutting, and the schnot started dripping out.
Doesn't he use one of those electric things?
No. He uses a scissor.
Oh.
And what happens is he starts to cut it, and then I go... Thank you, gay boy. and then he starts laughing, and then his hand is shaking, and his fingers always smell.
To get up your nose?
Yeah, and he's starting to cut my nose, and it's like, I'm getting nervous. Then we finally all stop laughing because it's getting ridiculous already. And then we realize that his job is cutting my disgusting nasal hairs.
But wait, no, flare your nostrils like you do.
Well, why don't we save it for when I do it?
Okay.
You have to open your... You have a special...
All right, you want to see my pose when I get my nasal hairs cut? And I do that.
Oh, you're too funny.
Yeah. How am I so germ-phobic, and yet I let this mess of a human being in my nose?
He is a mess.
I know.
Oh, man.
He has something.
Does he clean those scissors?
No.
You don't watch.
He probably cuts his feet and toenails and calluses
He's
with it.
using them for everything.
Right.
Oh.
So is that how you dress for the MTV Awards?
Yeah, pretty much so.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I lost my vest, though.
What'd you do? You took it off and threw it?
No, I lost it. I don't know. It just...
Were you so high you lost your vest?
When I dived and the guys ripped me out of there.
They ripped off your clothes?
All right, so listen to this. Listen to this.
Need a trim?
Need a trim. All right, so listen to this.
Call.
Ralph calls me, goes, hey, man, can you get me into the MTV Awards? I said, look, dude, I'm not going to sit there and use up a favor with MTV for you. I mean, I'm very honest with
No,
it.
you didn't.
I said,
now,
basically...
why are you saying that? You didn't.
I did. I did.
I said, can Gary check into it for me? And you said, yeah. Unless you.
I said, oh, Gary can check into it. I'm not going to use up a favor, though. I said, you want Gary to see if there's available tickets? Fine.
Yeah,
but I certainly am not going to make a personal phone call for you. I don't really think you deserve it. I mean, seriously.
If I really.
All right. Anyway, so listen, please don't interrupt every minute. So he tells me next day that MTV heard when we were at the Stone Temple Pilots concert. They walk around MTV with like leaflets saying, hey, if you want to audition to be in the audience, they want an audience that somehow dances around as young and commotion. So they go to the Stone Temple Pilots concert. Meanwhile, they go through all this trouble getting an audience, and then they never mic it. They don't put a proper microphone in there. You can't hear the audience.
Yeah.
And they never show them.
Well, they did show them a couple of times, but they were in a weird section.
Yeah, but all you see is their hands. Yeah. And what it is I've been part of the MTV Awards. They're in a low pit.
Right.
And you can't see them.
That's exactly what it was.
So you just see a sea of hands. So that you don't even get to see what clothes they're wearing. I would like to see, like, the fans, you know.
I couldn't tell what was going on in there.
That was the cool thing about the pay-per-view Woodstock coverage. You got to see what people were doing at Woodstock. Mm-hmm. But they don't get that. They don't. You see, the guys who produce these shows.
Those front seats. They won't give them up.
The guys who produce these shows they're not television watchers. Mm-hmm. I'm convinced of that. It's just like when the Rolling Stones came out at the MTV Awards and they did that new song of theirs, and it sounds like it's 100 years old and you want to vomit. Voodoo Lounge song, and you're like bored out of your mind. I realize the Rolling Stones are so old and pompous that they still listen to old black musicians like old Blind Melon Willie Dixon or something, and they don't listen to the fact that music has completely changed. The tone of it has changed, the intensity of it has changed. They're like, oh, well, you know, we still like all the old influences of old Blind Melon Willie Dixon.
But that's all they can do.
Yeah,
they can't do any better.
I'm so sick of those guys. That's why
think Keith is going to be able to change his style?
That's why, you know, so guys who produce these shows don't think what a television viewer would, because they're not television watchers. Mm-hmm. Most guys who are producers in television get so happening that now they can get tons of good-looking girlfriends.
They have no time to watch.
They don't have time to watch it. They're busy. They can get laid anytime. Hey, I'm producing the MTV Awards. I'm the director of the MTV Awards, and they can get laid anytime they want. So you stop watching TV. If I was single, I'd be completely out of touch with the audience. I'd be getting laid so much I wouldn't even know what normal people do. But I'm a guy who sits and watches TV. What am I going to do, go up and have sex with my wife again? I've done that a million times.
You start and then you go, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm going to go out for the night. My wife's going to go, hey, I'm going too. I go, what fun is that?
She's tagging along.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't want to go out with you. I've been out with you. I want to meet new people. Yeah, I did that already.
I've had every conversation I want to have.
Yeah, right. Well, no, I'm going to go with you. What is it? Oh, Stuttering John. How you doing, pal? You all right? No. I heard you're a little shook up.
We're going to tell the ladies upset about what you're saying about Mick.
About Mick Jagger? Nah. Your sensibilities aren't that good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hello?
Yeah.
So anyway, let me just finish this thought. So you're in the middle of the MTV Music Awards. And they announced the world's greatest rock and roll band. I'm thinking, oh, good, Soundgarden's coming on. Now, mind you, they have Soundgarden in the room there. I'll let you talk in a minute, ma'am. They have Soundgarden in the room. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know you're on the air. Don't whisper.
All right.
They have Soundgarden in the room. Soundgarden doesn't get to play. They get them up there to present an award. Right. Who cares? They have a great band like Soundgarden. So this is what they do. They have first, Jan Wenner from Rolling Stone magazine comes out and gives a 25-minute speech, what seemed like an hour, on how great the Rolling Stones are. When he was a little boy, how great the Rolling Stones were. Which, I'm dying. I'm going to sleep.
Especially standing there. Everybody was out to follow.
Jan completely out of touch with, like people want to rock. He's going to now bore you to death with a speech.
Well, what happens is those award shows, it's supposed to be MTV, it's video, music awards, rock and roll, and they're trying to do the Academy Awards.
Yeah, so why don't you do something that's MTV?
Yeah. That's what I see. It's becoming like the Emmys and the Academy Awards.
MTV never plays the Rolling Stones, and now
They're on the award.
They're on the award show. I want to see. I'm an MTV viewer. I watch that channel a lot. I want to see Green Day. I want to see Soundgarden. I want to see any of these bands that are good. I want to see Alice in Chains. Whatever they got. They bring out these two old geezers. And let me say something. Hold it a second. Listen to this. So Jan Wenner introduces them. So then I think, wow, the Stones are going to play now. Mick Jagger comes up with the whole band, and now they're making a speech.
They're talking.
If you're MTV, after a guy like Jan Wenner, a man of his prominence, gives you a speech like that, you rock the place. You don't make a speech. It ruins the moment. It is not climactic. It is boring. So Mick Jagger gets up there. He starts to talk. He's wearing a stovepipe coat like Abe Lincoln wore. Doesn't look like Mick Jagger anymore. And I think he wears the long coat to hide the depends that are underneath there.
Oh, I can't believe you're saying that.
And then, listen to this. Listen to this. Then, finally, they go to commercial break. And they come back, and now they go, ladies and gentlemen, the Rolling Stones. They come out, they sing this new song that sounds so out of touch with reality.
You know my favorite thing to do now when I'm watching the Stones is to see the drummer.
Oh, now, and then I'll tell you why Mick Jagger's a nice guy, though. Any other band in the world would have taken this Charlie Watts, the drummer, and thrown him right the hell out of the band. The guy is dressed in a business suit, full business suit, playing the drums, ruining the whole look of the band. And you know what? There's so many great drummers out there now, young guys who would make that band so hot. He doesn't want to be there. He refuses to quit.
Did you notice what was going on with his nostril?
Yeah.
He would breathe in, and one nostril would collapse.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
This Charlie Watts hates the band. He hates Mick Jagger. He refuses. The whole band is dressed up in rock and roll garb. They're trying to look contemporary. Yeah. And Charlie Watts is dressed in
like
a three-piece suit.
Gentleman.
Yeah, a country gentleman.
And he had a big bald spot.
Yeah. He is ugly squared. And here's a guy. And by the way, his drumming is awful. It's not contemporary sounding at all. He hasn't improved.
He's playing jazz.
Yeah. He's a dick. So then the Stones do, and then they decide. So now Mick comes out with I think a wizard's costume to perform. Now, mind you, he'd already come out in his long coat to accept the award. Now he's in a new wizard costume. For the second song, they're going to do "Start Me Up," which is one of their classics. Now we're finally get to one of their classics. At this point, I want to punch the Rolling Stones. He takes off his wizard costume, and he's wearing a tight little mini shirt like a chick wears to show off his belly.
And the little the pants.
The little tiny, and they're not sweatpants. He's wearing biking pants and a little mini top.
Yeah.
I think they were stretched.
And I'm saying, these guys are unbelievable. Does this look forced or what? First he's in one outfit. It's like Cher. It's like a Las Vegas Review. First he's in one outfit. Then he's in a second outfit.
Do you really care about mixed clothes?
How many outfits do you need to change into for 2 songs?
And do the clothes have something to do with the song? I mean, are these costumes that have to...
And they make you sit through 2 Rolling Stones songs. These guys who came out, the Smashing Pumpkins, when they played, it was so dramatic. It was so great. It was so wonderful. Why don't you give 2 or 3 songs? People were moving. They were having fun. The Smashing Pumpkins are geniuses. They really are. You listen to that album. That's a good contemporary album. I'm sitting watching some dinosaurs trying to rock the place. And Charlie Watts is wearing a 3-piece suit. My dad looks like that.
Mick is jogging now from one end of the place to the other trying to get something going.
Yeah. And if I was Mick Jagger, I'd say, you bastard. I would have a sit down with this Charlie Watts. I'd say, you son of a bitch.
Look Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, what do you do? Yeah, why don't you put a big pipe in your mouth and a hat? Now, what are you going to tell me, lady, that I don't know?
I agree with you about Charlie Watts. He looked like a grandpa sitting there.
Yeah, I mean, work on your look a little bit, or just bow out of the thing gracefully if you don't want to be there.
Bill Wyman said, hey, I've had enough.
Right.
Yeah, but how can you say that Mick Jagger wasn't great?
He wasn't.
He was unbelievable.
What was so great? That new song they do.
That new song is the sexiest song I've ever heard.
You got to understand something. Why doesn't MTV... The only reason MTV has those guys on, I don't know why they have them on. It's a funny thing. The Beach Boys, right?
Mm-hmm. They suck.
A couple of years ago, these guys finally realized nobody wants to hear anything new from them.
Nobody ever wanted to hear anything from them.
They were putting out new albums. No one wants it. These Beach Boys, they come out. If you're a Beach Boys fan when their great period was, you go and you see them in concert. I'm not a big Beach Boys fanatic. I never got into it, but I understand what they do. The Stones refuse to give up. They don't even know. This Mick Jagger doesn't listen to what's going on musically. He's not hungry anymore.
He doesn't need to listen.
He doesn't live like a... Of course he does. He's a big, rich guy who doesn't live like regular people. He doesn't experience... If he gets tired of his wife, he goes on to the next. He's busy screwing his brains out, and he never listens to a record.
How many times can we hear Mick Jagger sing a song about a girl is so hot?
I'll tell you why Aerosmith is still contemporary. You know why Aerosmith is still contemporary? There's a difference between Mick Jagger and Steven Tyler. Steven Tyler observes what's going on in music.
He sucks. He sucks. I hate Aerosmith.
All right.
He sucks.
All right.
He's just trying to look like Mick Jagger because he has a big mouth.
All right.
That's all.
Then, if that's what you choose to believe.
Well, I know that.
You don't know anything.
In
I'm an
my
expert.
mind, I know it. I mean, I have loved Mick Jagger since I was 17 years old.
Yeah, good. And he's going to look at you, some housefrau. He dumps his wives faster than...
I know he's not.
He wouldn't look at you.
I don't care. I don't care.
He wouldn't
I
even
just
have
look at
sex
him.
with you.
I don't care.
If you we walked in the room naked, he wouldn't touch you.
Of course. I look at him.
That's right.
I don't care. You know, it's a fantasy thing.
Right, thank you.
But I think
Thank you for the call.
And I don't think you should knock him.
Right, okay. And by the way, Stuttering John, good phone call. It's unbelievable. This woman's amazing.
Isn't she just what you want to talk to?
Yeah, you really screened beautifully.
He's doing nothing.
Yeah. I think he's doing nothing
I know
back
what
there.
you want, he said.
No, I didn't want her.
I know what you're into.
Now, okay, where was I? Now,
Finish with the Rolling
I'll
Stones?
tell you who the best presenter of the night was.
Who?
Believe it or not, it was Tom Jones, and I'll tell you why. He got up there, and he was laughing his ass off. I don't know what he was on, but he was living. He might be smoking heroin, I don't know, but whatever he's doing, I want to do it, too.
You should have seen the teleprompter trying to... It was jumping. He
was laughing his ass off.
He was a happy guy.
And I was laughing. Whatever he did was fine with me. There's a guy who's having fun in life, and he conveys it on camera. Now, then they bring out...
Could you tell me why it is that they, too, have to write these lame jokes for people who don't do jokes?
I don't know. But let me tell you what I observed. Then they bring out the... First, they have a black group they brought out. The first black group of the night was this Boys to Men.
Yes.
Who I think they're the Letterman. They all dressed the same. Did you see those guys?
Weren't they in sweaters?
Sweaters and college caps.
Jacket.
Yeah. These guys. Uncle Remus laughs at them. And what you do? Like they hired. So I was telling the story of Ralph.
Right.
Okay.
Who did he jump off the stage?
So Ralph goes to an audition at MTV to be in the audience. They need kids who dress good and who jump up and down and stuff.
The operative word being kids.
Idiots. Yeah, idiots. So Ralph goes into this room and auditions in front of this lady. And the lady says, okay, I want to play some music. Let me see you dance. And Ralph goes, hey, I'm not going to dance. If I was in a group of people, I would dance. So then, I don't know, Ralph convinced her to dance with him.
He should have known then he was going to be trouble.
Yeah. Well, somehow Ralph got to be in that crowd of people that you never see anyway on the MTV Awards.
But it was great seeing.
So what did you do? You jumped up on stage?
Well, at some point they came over and they said, you got... Everybody around me was just standing there. They weren't really getting into it. All these girls just standing really stiff, not having any fun. So they came over and said, you guys got to jump around more. You got to get nuts. You got to get moving.
Right.
So I did.
And then they threw you out?
Yeah.
What did you do?
That's what they wanted.
I stage dive on Green Day. I ran up and jumped.
You ran on stage
and jumped and dived off.
And they threw you out?
They threw me out. The guy grabbed me, dragged me.
But that's what they asked for.
Threw me out, yeah. Because I said to the guy, I said, "What?" I said, say something like that. People start stage diving. He goes, whatever. He goes, you guys just get nuts.
You know what they did? They set you up. They tell you they want you to be wild.
Right.
And then you do something like stage diving, which everyone does.
And they drags me out.
And you went stage diving? That's where you go head first into the crowd.
Into a crowd.
But
he's lucky he's got a hard head.
My friend Theo was over there.
That's why he does what he does.
Look at Jackie. Even Jackie's annoyed by you. Jackie, you've done some dumb things, but you never dived into a crowd.
Ralph is way beyond.
Right.
They catch you. I mean, you don't get hurt.
Ralph, if you came at me, I would not catch you.
But they did. That's what they wanted. They wanted wild kids who would do wild stuff.
Right. That's what they do at the concerts.
And then they make. And then, like at a concert,
Ralph kept saying yesterday when you were telling this story, they want a mosh pit. They want a mosh pit.
Right.
They called it the party in the pit. So what's that? A bunch of girls standing there going,
What is it, Gary?
John's interviews are finally ready.
Oh,
and,
good.
They're really, really good. Especially, I am very much looking forward to John's interview with Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Really good, huh?
Oh, boy. We're going to get in trouble for this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I cut out one question that would have gotten him killed.
Well, which one was it? Because it might have...
It was one called about being a felon.
Felon or something?
I said, will you switch your name to Felon?
Snoop Felly Felon.
Yeah, Snoop Felly Felon.
I mean, John asked him a similar question. It was just a little lighter, but then...
Yeah, he can't handle it.
I can't even tell you. John started yelling out something so racist at the end end of the interview, which I think you guys wrote.
No, I didn't write that.
At one point, Snoop Doggy Dogg's bodyguard came over to beat me up, and they had to grab his bodyguard before they got to me.
Stupid.
Well, John, I'll tell you because it's still so funny. John's in the middle of this crowd yelling, "Hey, Snoop, where the white women at?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we wrote that. Yeah, we wrote that.
Like 5 times.
You think that's racist? Why is that racist?
Quoting his favorite movie.
All right. Hey, take a little bit of that Smashing Pumpkins performance. Those guys are good.
I was pulling all of those anyway.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
These guys get up. This guy, the lead singer, looks like he hasn't put 10 seconds of thought into what he looks like, which I love. I love that.
Life.
Yeah, he looks like he's near death, which I think is the greatest. He's probably about 20 years old, and he looks like he's going to die any day.
Any day.
And he gets up there, and he sings the song like he's angry at the song. It had an energy, it was unbelievable. And then
wait. Before
he takes it. Excuse me. Goodbye, I'm done with you now. You stage dived. Was that the end of the story?
No, I have more.
All right. Yeah. Couldn't interrupt me on my show. So then, the guy gets done with his song. He takes his guitar, he smashes it all over the stage. I love that. This guy, he's pissed off at his guitar.
What did the guitar do?
Yeah, what does that mean? But I told you, I performed with the Meat Puppets at the Beacon Theater. I got pissed off at my guitar. I did.
I thought you were going to.
I didn't smash it. I didn't break it because I didn't own the guitar.
You were walking like this, like you wanted to do something.
I did. You know what it was? The guitar made me mad. Yeah. I don't understand. When I was playing it, it was like, it made me angry.
Fighting you.
Yeah, I understand now that these guys get angry at their guitars. I used to say, what are they so pissed off at their guitars for? But I guess your adrenaline gets pumped up.
I guess.
That's a manly thing. Yeah, you got to just break something.
Well, you know what? I was watching, when I was watching Aerosmith, I said, this must have been the move that Howard did, because Joe walked to the edge of the stage and threw his hair over and started playing.
I did that.
I said, this is the move Howard did.
I did a little of that.
Shaking the head.
Yeah, I shook my head. I looked like a real jerk.
I thought that was hysterical.
That's cool, Wolf.
This girl Kennedy, the VJ, stood next to our great mayor, Rudolph Giuliani, and pretended to commit sodomy on a microphone while he was talking.
Oh, boy.
I thought it was disrespectful. I happen to like Mayor Giuliani. I like what he's doing. She's trying to be outrageous. But
yes, but
she's not funny.
She's really trying.
Yeah, no. This Sandra Bullock from the movie Speed is so cute. I would do anything. I don't care if my wife is listening to this. I would have to cheat on her with her.
I'm going to get Sandra Bullock in here.
Get her in here.
See if you will go through with this word.
And I'm no big Adam Sandler fan, but he was good with her. Worked very well.
I didn't see that. I heard people talking about it afterwards.
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah. He was very good, but she was wearing a little belly shirt. Right? Did you see? You got thrown out.
Well, no.
You saw that?
I saw that, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then there's Bruce Springsteen.
What is his problem?
I love that song, Philadelphia. I do like it.
It is a good song, but he looks like one of the Three Musketeers.
Yeah, he's got that. I don't know what it is. I know he's trying to get a look.
He's Errol Flynn.
But he's got that chain on his wallet like bikers wear. Yeah. And I go, well, actually, if I had Bruce Springsteen's money, I'd put a chain on my wallet, too. But he looks like Jagger's grandfather. And
with the facial hair.
I said, maybe I'm out of it. I watch MTV a lot. Every award, they always put one artist in who never gets any awards, but this girl was nominated for 17 awards. This girl Bjork.
Oh, yeah.
The Swedish girl.
Right.
And I hate Swedish songs. Done in English.
Singers.
I hate foreigners trying to do rock and roll. I hate it. It always sounds stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like Swedes or Russian. You ever see these Russian rock bands?
Yeah.
They suck. But she was up for every award and never won one. Who is she? Bjork.
She's weird. I mean, weird music and her hair's all...
But the MTV Awards, what's wrong with it is the bands that they show on MTV, they don't show up for the MTV Awards. They should have had 9 Inch Nails, Soundgarden.
And they were all there.
They were there.
9 Inch Nails.
They were all there. Now, why were they there?
I was hanging out with them at the after party.
So why wouldn't they have those guys perform? Why would you have the Rolling Stones perform?
2 songs.
Yeah. What is it?
By the way, when you get to John's interviews, I forgot to tell you, who hates you?
Who?
I mean, really, really hates you?
Tell me, get in line.
Well, I mean, this is one of the members of Aerosmith.
Which one? The blonde hair guy?
Nope.
The Joey Kramer?
Joey Kramer.
Well, listen, Joey.
Boy, you should hear what he says about you.
Why? Because he was. You know what it was? Listen, I'll tell you about that.
He was hostile, though.
No, let me tell you why he's hostile. Because I say Steven Tyler and Joe Perry are the band. The other three guys look like they're in an old age home. That shouldn't upset him. And then I go to the Aerosmith concert, and this guy is, I'm trying to go to the bathroom. I'm trying to pee, in a stall, of course. And the guy comes running in after me, and he's trying to get my attention. And I blew him off. I didn't know that he's the drummer. I thought this guy annoying me when I'm peeing. And I don't care if you're God. I don't want to be annoyed when I'm trying to pee. You know how hard it is for me. I'm pee shy. I treated him like a pickpocket. So then after the concert, we talked. We had a lovely time. He's trying hard to look like he's a rock star, and yet he's wearing dangling earrings last night. Like my mother wears when she wears her best pearls.
You know what he wears? He wears spandex.
Yeah. I know. And with like a suit jacket.
Yeah, and on his drum skin, his bass drum skin, he has a picture of himself.
Great. Yeah, well, maybe that's not such a good idea. Maybe you should put a picture of the drummer from Metallica and try and look like him. Oh, I know Joe. Joey's a big fan of mine, and what it is now, he's hurt because I said he didn't look right.
He must be, because he was,
tell him to
you're
grow
a
up.
jerk.
Talking
to you is a waste of time.
Come on. Why, because I wouldn't talk to him in the bathroom? Tell him he could be replaced in 5 seconds.
By a drum machine.
Yeah. Yeah. By a drum machine.
He looks like he belongs to the band least of all.
What I like is they had these guys from the band Nirvana. Now, you know, Kurt Cobain killed himself. He was the lead singer of Nirvana. He shot himself in the head. So they've got now the 2 remaining guys in Nirvana. Now, these guys are devastated, not because the guy shot himself. They got no career now. Right. So each time one of them got up to accept something or give an award, they had to act bummed out.
Yeah. And of course, you knew they were going to win awards.
Yeah, they're like
had to have them up there.
Yeah, they're like grieving widows.
Yeah.
So they can't even act happy.
About winning.
No. Because their careers are over.
Because they actually get to keep the statues.
Yeah, right. It's weird.
Then, of course, they had that tribute.
Yes.
I think they are bumming out, because what are they going to do now?
Yeah.
You know?
I heard the drummer's supposed to join some other band. Pearl Jam, didn't they just get rid of their drummer?
Well, that would be a really great
yeah.
thing. Then the black guy gets up there from Public Enemy.
Chuck D.
And he gave a political speech. I don't know what he was talking about. He said they got a free Gerardo. Who did they got a free? Gerardus. I don't know. He was screaming he got to free somebody. He says there's a lot of black political prisoners. You got to free someone.
One of the guys they were talking about is an Indian. I actually recognize the name as an Indian who's
Gerardus Pratt or something?
No, that was one. That guy I didn't recognize. But one guy's an Indian who's in jail in Minnesota for killing an FBI agent. They say he's falsely accused.
Yeah. And then I'm saying, okay, maybe this guy's got something cool to say. And then he goes, and free all the political prisoners like Mike Tyson. Oh. I said, well, now you lost me. I said, this guy raped a black woman, and you're worrying about freeing him? He raped one of your sisters, your fine sisters. He was convicted of it.
Obviously, rape not a crime.
You know
what? Everyone booed him. Yeah.
The first guy was Geronimo.
Yeah, Geronimo Pratt.
Oh, he's still in prison, Geronimo?
Yeah, Geronimo Pratt. You got to free Geronimo Pratt. Believe me, compared to those reservations, prison's a picnic. Then they have all these great groups there. 9 Inch Nails is backstage. And they put on a marching band to do Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you why they did this. When you take basically unfunny people like producers of television shows and you put them in charge, this is what happens. This is what goes wrong.
Joel Gallen just called back in the office, very upset.
Joel can be upset. I am critiquing.
He was running into a meeting. He said that he does watch TV and he does know what goes on.
No. Joel does a good job. I complimented him yesterday on the air, but he missed it this time. You got 9 Inch Nails there, and you're MTV. You can have any of these bands perform. You're going to make me sit through Lynyrd Skynyrd tributes by a marching band?
A Russian marching band.
And let me tell you something. They were lip syncing.
Yeah, old background.
It was a joke done by someone unfunny. If you're going to write comedy, have somebody funny write it.
And Howard,
now come on.
At the party afterwards, they had that band do a whole set.
Oh, come on. You know what that is? That's somebody who thinks they're funny. They think they're making a joke. It's not funny.
They're imposing on people.
The best one is that What's that girl's name? The Crow girl with no brawn?
Sheryl Crow.
Sheryl Crow. What does she do? Get me her album.
You know, I interviewed her, and she used to...
Oh, I would give it to her so hard her head would explode.
She used to sing duets with Michael Jackson.
No kidding.
She does that song.
Well, no wonder. You think he'd be married to her if he was a real man.
She does that song, Leaving Las Vegas. Do you know that song?
Oh, is that song?
Yeah, and she's got...
You know that song?
Those hot pants were so tight.
Did you see the legs? What did I say, Ralph, in the back room when I saw those big muscular legs on her? Ooh. What did I say?
I can't say.
You're so wasted.
I'd love to eat.
No, that's not what I want you to say.
I know.
I said she could have my baby.
Oh, yeah, right.
She has those big haunches.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I did say I'd like to eat.
You can say that stuff for Ralph.
No, I don't know. I get charged up. And I'll tell you something. That Tom Petty guy got a lot of video award. He deserves it. This video he did this year was unbelievable. It's the greatest video. He's got a dead Kim Basinger. And the whole video. You seen this video with Mary Jane?
Last Dance with Mary Jane.
Last Dance with Mary Jane.
Yeah, this was the video that killed Kim Basinger or something. But
they got Kim Basinger. A piece of ass. Oh. She's dead. And he's dragging her around the house, and he's dancing with her. He misses her. She died, but he's got the dead body. Yeah. And he takes her at the end, and he throws her in the river and drowns her.
Oh,
she's dead. She's dead. Fantastic video. First of all, that's the perfect Kim Basinger. No talking.
Yeah.
You know,
she's not making any speech.
No, she looks beautiful.
No shopping.
No shopping.
The good parts.
Right. Just the good parts.
Put her in a warm room.
That's
She'll start to smell, Fred, in a warm room.
Well, you gotta ice her too.
Yes.
It's a race.
All right, I told you what I thought of the Rolling Stones. I told you about Mike Tyson. I told you Tom Petty.
You know what's strange, Howard?
What is that?
You didn't see this, but when the guys from Stone Temple Pilots showed up, the singer started, kissing the bass player, right in front of the press for no reason.
Yeah, I know.
He just does that.
Something going on with him.
Too much.
Did you ask him the question?
No, they didn't go to the press room.
We had a great question for them.
Yeah.
She said, hey, your name is Stone Temple Pilots. You got Temple in that name. Are you guys Jewish? Anyway, the other moment that I will comment on is I talked about Letterman already quite extensively. I've done a whole monologue on that. I will tell you that the most obnoxious moment was the great hockey player. What's his name again?
Mark Messier.
What?
Messier.
Mark Messier comes out with Daisy Fuentes, who is a very nice girl. We've met her a couple of times, Robin. But she's another one. I think she's got a couple of bricks missing from her house. Oh. I don't think that she's all that bright. And I got to tell you...
What did she do? Because I missed that part, too.
Mark Messier and Daisy Fuentes walk out together.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, I got to break the news to Daisy Fuentes. Not that many people are a big fan of hers, but her head is so full. I mean, she thinks she's a star.
Yes, well, all those MTV people do.
She thinks she's Cindy.
Yeah. She walks out, and the crowd is going nuts. They're screaming for Mark Messier. It's obvious. In fact, they're screaming. What was it they were yelling at first? They broke into a spontaneous chant.
Something about the Rangers.
They were chanting the Rangers. But
right. And it was an unbelievable moment.
Right.
She starts saying, shh. Quiet down, everybody. She goes, thank you. She thinks they're cheering her. She is so delusional. She goes, you got to watch a tape of this. It's a singularly this is when somebody is delusional. This is when someone...
she thinks that's her applause.
She's going, stop already, stop! She just screams, shut up!
Yeah, shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up, sit down.
Yeah, she screams out, shut up. Now, then she starts reading off the teleprompter, realizing what has just happened is there was a spontaneous moment for Mark Messier.
And he didn't get to enjoy it.
She was saying thank you the whole time. He didn't say a word. She's thanking the crowd for this. She thinks she's getting this kind of ovation. It is clear that she thinks this is...
What happens to you when you go into the halls of MTV? You get a little wacky.
They suck the brain out of you. The same thing they do to Lisa Marie Presley before she goes on the wedding circuit with Michael Wacko.
Yeah. The funniest thing about Daisy Fuentes is that she came back to the press area, and nobody knew,
Nobody cared.
But all the foreigners are going, she's nobody. What's she doing here?
Well, it is singularly the greatest moment because she thinks
that she's happening.
And she tells them to shut up finally, and then she starts reading off the teleprompter, and she says, hey, everybody, look who's here, Mr. Hockey himself. Let's get a big round of applause going for Mark Messier. And killed the whole friggin' moment for this guy. It was such a beautiful moment.
Talk about out of touch.
New Yorkers love Mark Messier and totally out of touch. And then they all went, you know, yay, you know,
but
it was over.
Had the ovation already. It was going.
All that she had to do was stand there and look pretty. She is out of it. Then the teleprompter says, hey, so Mark Messier says, hey, Daisy, you know, I'm a big hockey player. You're supposed to give me a hug and congratulate me for, you know.
Winning or whatever.
And she goes, hey, a hockey boy, I'm not giving you a kiss. Yeah. What she should have done is embraced him, right?
Yeah.
And kissed him, and the crowd would have gone nuts.
Absolutely.
She blew the whole moment because that's the difference between greatness and nothing.
They were chanting, let's go Rangers.
That's what it was. Let's go Rangers. I mean, it was really heartfelt.
She must have thought they were saying, let's go Daisy.
I don't know. You know what it is? She's in a coma.
And then she goes, calm down, ice boy.
Yeah. Well, that was written. So then she realizes she should have hugged him. She comes back on and kisses him. The whole moment is off. She's completely out of kilter. Right. Ruined the moment. Ruined it, and ruined it for herself. Could have been a great moment.
She wound up looking dumb.
Yeah. But no one will tell her this because she's probably got a bunch of wacko guys who hang around with her who think she's so good looking you can't tell her anything. The best moment of the night was they announced for Best Video REM, which I don't get at all. I hate their music. I hate that bald guy who sings.
I can't stand him.
Right.
Michael Stipe.
Can you imagine when Daisy Fuentes loses her looks? She's going to be doing donkey shows. Now, listen to me.
Yeah, it is Stipe.
Michael Stipe gets up there.
Yeah.
And before he can make a speech, a guy runs out in a mask, like a weird clown mask, and starts making a speech saying he is the director of the video, and like a wacky statement. No, wait. Excuse me.
Calm down, John.
Something on behalf of Sweden.
Yeah, he starts making a speech on behalf of Sweden. It was hysterical, and then someone from MTV comes over and drags him out. Turned out it was one of the guys in the Beastie Boys.
Right.
And it was a wonderful moment.
They were another band that had to be bleeped and threw their instruments at the end. And I don't know if you noticed at the end, they had like a long shot on them, and the lead singer started flipping the bird to everybody, so they cut away to the crowd.
Right. In defense of Joel Gallen, who is the producer of the MTV Awards.
Defend him?
Well, look, he's getting all uptight. I've been a guy who's complimented him for years. He's done some fine work. But listen, you got to be able to take criticism. That's how your show gets better. There were things that were right with the show also. It is a more exciting event, but there are things you got to realize.
You didn't mention Roseanne as the host.
Roseanne was the host, and again, they sabotaged her performance. You couldn't hear her getting any laughs. She was getting laughs. Am I correct?
Monologue.
You know what it was? You couldn't hear it.
You could see.
You had to read the teleprompter, and it's not funny when you're reading along with it.
Exactly. And you couldn't hear anything. Joel, the audience has got to hear, and and the people at home have to hear the audience responding. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear it. Now I'm ready to listen to Stuttering John's interviews.
Can I just say two things? I was hanging out with some of the guys from 9 Inch Nails.
All right, we've heard that 27 times.
Anyway, you know who was the best-looking one there? The one, Idalis.
That was a conversation we had off the air, and you know what? No one knows what you're talking about.
No. All right, forget it.
Yeah, so what happened? Did you score with her?
I got a kiss.
Did you really?
Yeah.
French kiss?
No, just on the cheek.
Oh.
It was
all right, dickhead. That's good. You really scored.
Yeah. Incredible.
Hey, it was.
All right, goodbye. Get out of here now. Now everyone's sick of you. You told your story. Robin, that is my critique. Now, on to the fun, because Stuttering John has many great interviews right after these words. All right, you did some interviews, Stuttering John. Let's get right to it.
Okay.
Before we run out of time.
Hero of the Stupid.
All right, what is this, tape one? All right, who'd you get first here?
Let me just say that in the press conference, nobody big, showed up. Like,
yeah, they're too cool to show.
All the big people, so you ended up just getting, whoever came out.
All right.
And the press was asking the most ridiculous questions going, Howard. It was so boring and to hear.
And thank God you were in there.
Yeah.
So is John saying he stayed in the press room?
Yes, yeah. I snuck in there. I wasn't allowed in. I tried once. They wouldn't let me in. Then I got back in.
If I was, all right, let's listen. The first person up is Sheryl Crow. She does that Las Vegas song.
I don't know that song.
I kind of know it. And she wasn't wearing a bra. Did she look hot?
She looked unbelievable. Yeah. And she's the one that used to sing with Michael Jackson.
All right.
A lot of hostility, no middle class. It's just a really, uncomfortable place right now. It's not safe. And
is that L.A.?
For me, my relationship with L.A.
What?
Yeah, L.A.
changed in the last.
I don't care what she's saying, man. I dig it.
You know what? Maybe we met met her. Is she the one who went on tour with Michael?
Yeah, she went on tour with him.
She did our show.
Did she?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's hot.
She's real hot.
I hear so.
Hey, Cheryl? Cheryl, what's more believable, space aliens landing at the MTV Awards or Michael Jackson making love to Lisa Marie?
You'd have to answer that.
Well, you're up there.
I'm hoping aliens, frankly, because I know they're here. I'm sure of it.
Maybe that's why I wasn't attracted to her.
That's your kind of girl.
And you know what? I know a lot of rock and roll people. They all believe in aliens.
Yeah, I think that a lot of them have seen. They've cited UFOs.
There's definitely UFOs.
All right, here's the director, Ben Stiller, who's Stiller and Mira's son.
Yeah, Mr. Reality Bites.
I heard that. Was that any good?
No.
Was it funny?
No.
Was it well directed?
No.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Didn't do well.
No, because whenever I'm going through a list of directors' names for my movie, everyone says, "Oh, Ben Stiller," and I go, I don't know. I think it's a hype. Because I used to see that.
Remember, there was a lot of pre-sell to Reality Bites, but you remember it lasted about 2 weekends in the theater.
Okay.
People were treating him like he was like
important or something. Yeah, I couldn't understand. You're like, why was he a presenter? Scorsese.
I can't see anybody, so. My favorite book?
You see, as stupid as our questions are, the regular reporters are really stupid. And you know what?
Book?
I've done the MTV. When you're up there and they're asking you questions like that, you know they're never going to use it in the newspaper.
Why do they do it?
They do it because they got nothing better to do. Your biggest fear is you're going to go out there and no one has a question. So at least
I guess it's a form of irritating the people who come out.
All right, so Ben Stiller, they say, what's your favorite book?
By Dr. Seuss. What? This is like a news conference for nothing.
Well, hey, he's right.
At least you got that.
And maybe he's a funny guy.
Stupid.
Hey, Ben, who was older, Neanderthal Man or Mick Jagger?
How old's Neanderthal Man?
About 3,000.
How old's Mick?
I don't know.
Do the math.
Hey, Ben, you think OJ's guilty?
Maybe. He seems like he might be.
Why is everyone afraid to say? You know what? I'm going to tell you why.
Business, yeah.
Everyone's afraid to say OJ's guilty because, again, it's a white man afraid to say a black guy's guilty. I've never seen anything like it.
No.
Oh, I know it. No, trust me, I'm white.
Well, I was going to use the other example. Nobody will say that Michael Jackson did it.
Yeah.
You know, when that was all going on.
That's true.
You know, they won't say anything about it.
What is it?
John asked that question of everybody, and that's the best committal you'll get towards guilty.
Really?
The rest John asked them to are black people, and then forget that.
Oh, great.
You get two maybes and an innocent.
There we go.
He does. Define irony. It's when the literal meaning is different than I can't remember.
What's he saying now?
He's answering stupid questions, and he's getting.
This is Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Just growing up in the ghetto inspired me to do that song.
Snoop, are you carrying heat?
What you mean?
Are you carrying heat?
What you mean? It's hot in here. It's very hot in here.
That's John. Isn't that a great question? Are you carrying heat?
He's
the guy.
Pretending he doesn't know what he means.
Yeah. Now Snoop Doggy Dogg is the guy who's up on these charges. Isn't he up on murder charges?
Yes.
Accessory to murder. And he doesn't want to talk about it. He's in such denial, it's like he doesn't even want to deal with it.
Yeah.
What you mean?
Here's a guy who made it out of the ghetto. He's big and popular, and he's got some ability. And yet, he was famous, and he went out and he allegedly was part of this thing, this shoot.
All right. That's what I hear. That's what he's charged with.
You should, I guess. I crossed the question out that said,
I would have done
would
it.
you change it to Snoop Felly Felon?
You know, I'm really glad you didn't, because...
No, I didn't want you to get your ass kicked.
I would have got my ass kicked. You're a millionaire. What are you so angry about?
I'm not angry. I'm happy.
I always want to ask rock stars that.
Yeah. What's the problem?
Why are you guys smashing? Why are you guys angry? You're getting laid.
Why are you depressed?
Yeah.
Do you think OJ is innocent or guilty?
Do you play football?
No.
What does that mean?
I don't know. What was that? Was he pissed when you asked that?
Yeah, he's just trying to, just...
Ignore you?
Ignore me.
And meanwhile, you're the only one with any questions.
Yeah.
No one knows what to say.
Afraid to ask questions.
Meanwhile, all his henchmen are the smoke glaring out of their nose.
You know, black guys don't realize they don't need henchmen. Just one black guy is scary enough. Everyone's walking around in a posse. I'm scared already by yourself. Why do you need 17 guys?
Who could be any less scary than Snoop
Doggy Dogg? And he's got 27 guys around him.
Even when they wheeled him out on stage in that wheelchair, you were scared.
bodyguard.
I'm waiting for the day a rock star comes out and writes a song called "I'm Rich, I Get Laid a Lot, and I Love Everything, La 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 La." I mean, that'll be the day that I'll buy into it.
I skipped to work. I'm so happy.
Probably because that's where it's at, and I'm over here on the Music Awards.
Is your real name Calvin or something? Why don't you use your real name?
Hey, what's wrong with your mouth?
Hey, Snoop! Hey, Snoop! Snoop! Where the white woman at? Where the white women at? Thanks.
Oh, this is good.
John sounds like Dickie Goodman on those old Dickie Goodman records. Yes, we're sitting here with the Beatles. Beatles, what do you have to say? She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because he's yelling.
Speed it up.
Yeah. Was he pissed off at you?
Yeah, he just goes, pace.
Pace.
Well, you can hear him say
pace in the house. All right, here's Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah.
Go sit down with, instead of paying a lawyer all of your money, go sit down with them and tell them to explain to you what publishing is and what this is and what that is and what's the normal here and what's the normal.
I hear that. She's right. She probably. I could guess the question. What advice would you give to people going into the music industry?
Yeah, so they don't get ripped off.
Get a lawyer.
Yeah, so they don't just wind up signing their lives away.
Queen,
doesn't still happen.
Queen, do you think OJ is innocent or guilty?
I have no idea whether OJ is innocent or guilty. He deserves a fair trial. That's all I got to say.
Queen, you're black, though. You must think he's innocent. Don't you understand?
Would you ever let Michael Jackson babysit your children?
Oof. I wouldn't let anybody babysit my children.
Really? Is that true?
No.
I think she was shocked.
That wasn't one of the questions.
What is the rest of the press doing when you ask that question?
They're hating my guts.
Are they?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
And they're all yelling at me because I'm yelling all the questions.
Hey, now.
That was a great question.
That was a good one. And there's why would you? Well, she doesn't have anyone babysitting her kid.
I don't think she has any kids.
Like a papoose.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, when she's on stage.
I just asked that one.
Queen Latifah.
Let alone Mikey. You're funny. Who the hell are you? Who you writing for?
Howard Stern.
Really?
Yeah, you like Howard Stern?
I don't even watch him, but he's crazy. He's funny. Every time I see him, he's hilarious.
That's right.
What is she talking about? She doesn't watch me, but every time she sees me. Like so many...
You're crazy.
Like so many people who won't admit that they listen to me or watch me on TV. That's a very good answer.
That's
it's
right.
like I never watch him, but every time I see him, he's crazy and funny. I wouldn't watch anything like that.
Yes to the question, whether they know you.
But that is very typical. The problem in my career. That's why the industry is so shocked when we do a pay-per-view event and it grosses $27 million in one night, because most people will not admit to you that they're into the show. It's similarly when the paperback just came out and jumps to number 13. It was out for a day. The other books were out for the whole week. And the paperback is now number 1. It's going to obviously jump to number 1.
Sure.
Maybe these book companies know what they're doing when they tell me to add 64 pages. They were right. I didn't want to add any pages. Maybe that's just people who want to be in the movie.
Yeah, maybe they're just buying it for that entry blank.
Yeah. Well, for $6, what the hell?
Jackie bought 10 copies.
Yeah, I'm going to get in that movie by hook or by crook.
I can write a good essay.
Listen, Jackie's very gracious. She likes the movie poster that's in the book.
He's been raving about the movie poster.
He likes
now
it.
I understand what's going on. He's trying to get into the movie.
Sucking up to get in the movie.
Brilliant. It's great. I love it.
But with, like my career, no one reads the National Enquirer, but the shelves are empty. You know what I mean? So Queen Latifah.
I dislike him.
Are you attracted to him?
Yeah, I have a burning sensation in my heart for Howard Stern.
Really? Yeah, I do, her.
Can you spell Rwanda?
Your mother what?
Can you spell Rwanda?
Oh, that's a good question.
Can you spell Rwanda?
No, I can't spell Rwanda. No, I can't spell it. Thank you. He told me to say thank you. Bye, everybody.
you drive everyone out of the room. All right, this is Is this Aerosmith?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And let me just set it up as because this was, I really had to do it. I really did my best disguise ever. I really had my handbag. I had like a suit on,
right.
like fake glasses, real good ones that I bought.
Or they would have known you.
And a mustache. So Aerosmith, I don't think they knew who I was at the beginning.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because Steven didn't really get it too much.
I think we were going to win one, and when we did 3, it was like...
I understand they come off the stage, they're all triumphant, they won a bunch of awards and stuff, and then some pain in the ass peckerhead is standing there asking them goofy questions.
Which one of you guys is Salt? Oh, no, that's Salt-N-Pepa.
We didn't even tell you for asking that question.
I like that big black Amazon woman with the big red mop on her head.
The mop.
The mop. It looks like a mop. That's like having sex with a guy. Man.
You want to do it? I told you were gay.
I'm telling you, I might be gay. And then the other one, who was wearing she had a belly shirt on where you could see her whole belly, and there was I think there was some hairs coming up by the belly button.
And it was like a mini skirt too, so it's almost like hairs coming below the skirt too.
I'd like to get it on. Those are 2 Amazons. That woman looks like she crushed my head. I'd have a little. I'd have a little flat pinhead after I get done with her. You ain't working hard enough, honey. Oh, my head.
Oh, crushed like a walnut.
Yeah. Yeah, see my brains dripping out of my head after I have sex with her. And that other one got a nice patch of belly hair.
Well, how can you see all these things?
You don't watch. You ought to watch with me sometime as I'm fast forwarding and rewinding.
I see the same thing.
Yeah, me too. I slow-mode that down.
Oh, dear.
I put it into my IBM computer.
Yeah.
I actually digitized it, put it into the IBM computer, that thing, and then I stop motioned it. Yeah, I blow it up, and I was checking the belly hairs because that's the pathway to paradise.
And
you follow those
the belly hair road.
That's right. You follow the belly hairs, and you're going to come up to something magical.
There's nothing really attractive about them, but there's something is.
Well, of course. They're taboo. It's forbidden. Forbidden love. What's the matter with you? Of course that's what it is. Right?
You're not attracted to them, but they're...
But you are, I mean, like...
Then they are
They're not gorgeous like Sheryl Crow, but they're just...
different sexiness.
Like,
it's a sexiness that's going to...
sexy.
Smack them around,
No, you don't smack them around. They smack you around.
They beat the crap out of you.
They beat the crap out of you. Something about being with a big, giant, thick, muscular black woman with a big mop on her head, smacking you around, telling you to perform, like your life depends on it.
You ain't no good. Get out.
Yeah. What am this?
You call that sex?
That ain't sex, man. Oh, yeah.
You've been to the mountaintop.
Yeah, it's climbing the mountain, baby. All right, let me hear Salt-N-Pepa. Pepper, that's P-E-P-A. Pepper.
So, Jay is innocent or guilty?
Innocent.
Innocent? Even with all the evidence?
No, which one is saying he's innocent?
I think it was Salt.
Which is Salt?
The one with the short
one.
hair.
Yeah,
the short one with the belly hair?
Yeah.
All right. He is innocent. I love that question. I love asking black people if OJ's innocent or guilty. Salt-N-Pepa. This is our new member, oregano. Or the spice will be...
This is paprika?
Paprika.
Oh, you know what their partner's name that was behind them? Spinderella.
Spinderella, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
He's the DJ.
Yeah, Spinderella. Right. Yeah.
I don't know all the evidence.
But what's funny, he's innocent, but she doesn't know. Yeah.
Doesn't matter, he's innocent. This is now Aerosmith.
Hey, guys, how big a bore was Woodstock?
How big of a what?
How big of a bore was Woodstock?
Bore? With boring.
Is anybody in the band dating Steven's gorgeous daughter?
Not that I know of.
Hey, hold on a second. Say that for a second. What's more impressive, getting an MTV award or meeting Howard Stern?
It's hard to say. The MTV award is more impressive, and Howard Stern kind of leaves a taste in your mouth for years. And I don't mean the good kind.
Who said that?
That's Steven. They were.
Steven's down on me?
Yeah, I didn't understand it. And then Joey starts going off on it,
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't understand.
We ruined that relationship?
The only thing I could think of...
Wonder what we did.
How
You didn't do anything. You endorsed the hell out of that.
No. The only thing I could think of is when you were talking about Woodstock.
Yeah.
I think you said that Metallica kicked their butts or something.
No. I didn't say they kicked their butts. I really enjoyed Aerosmith, but Metallica was unbelievable. You mean I'm not allowed to say that?
I don't know.
No, then screw it. Who cares? Jeez, that's weird.
Did you say on the air that You thought it was wrong for them to follow Metallica?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
it was an awful decision because they ended up going on at 3 in the morning.
Maybe
That's why.
They didn't like that.
Why would you want to go on at 3 in the morning?
I don't know, Howard, but I think they thought closing the show was a good deal.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, so I guess I'm on the outs. Oh, you know what? I don't even care. I don't even care.
It's too tough to keep up relationships that way, isn't it?
Quite frankly, I'm better at goofing on people than being their friend. Because you know what?
You know, there's a whole bunch of freedom we just gained.
They probably just made the biggest mistakes of their lives.
Yeah, I mean, but we've been being
They don't know what it's like on the other side of the
They have no idea what they're in for.
Let me just say this.
Yeah.
Remember yesterday when we were in the room checking over the questions, you crossed off all the bad ones and said, no, those guys have been too good to us. We can't bust on them.
Right. That's
now
all right.
We could have answered those questions.
Oh, boy.
Things change.
Gave us a whole bunch of freedom we didn't have before.
Hey, Steven, call David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar. Quick. Consult with them before you take that attitude.
Excuse me? You don't think there's anything impressive about Howard, Joey?
The who?
But you guys been on the show.
What about it?
You guys been on the show.
This is Joey.
Okay, so let me just, you couldn't hear it, but what happened was Joey goes, I don't find anything impressive about Howard Stern.
Yeah.
And I said, why? But you've been on the show, and he goes, I haven't been on the show.
No, he hasn't been on the show because we didn't invite him.
Yeah.
We said we don't want you.
Yeah. So what I did was I ran up to him because he wasn't speaking on the mic, so I ran up to him and got him one-on-one.
Okay, good.
Could you guys spell Rwanda? Who? Could you spell Rwanda?
Who is this now?
R-W-A-N-D-A.
Very good, very good. Hey, Tommy, who's older, a Neanderthal man or Mick Jagger?
You're a Neanderthal man.
Your mom.
No, they're all angry. See, that friendship went out the window.
Joey.
Joey's the drummer who I always goof on because he doesn't look like he should be in Aerosmith.
Yeah. Tell me why you hate Howard. Stuttering John. Tell you why I hate Howard.
Let's go. We gotta go. Stuttering John.
I don't have the time to wait.
Wow.
All right.
Sure changed.
Chill out.
See, they were inviting me to their show just the other night.
Yeah.
It's strange. I didn't get it either.
Hey, who cares though? Really, when you think about it, who even cares? I mean, you know, what good does it do me? I still dig those guys though.
You can dig them.
Yeah.
You don't have to say nice things about them though anymore.
No, I can backpedal on that.
You can still buy
The only
their
thing I
album.
thought was that they didn't recognize me, and they just thought I was.
I'll fix them. Don't worry about it. You know who always wins. Who wins?
You
always win.
You always win. They always come carrying back.
They always come in here and kiss the ring.
But I don't see why not recognizing you would make a difference. They were bad-mouthing Howard.
Yeah,
anyway.
I know. But then maybe they would just lie. If it was me, they would just be like, oh, you know, and start lying and saying that they love Howard or something.
I'll fix it. We'll begin by changing the name of the band so that that's all right. That's it.
Arrow Norris.
Air Old Smith. I'll take care of it. Just let me handle it.
You know what? This is going to be awful.
It's going to be ugly. And I love those guys. That's the sad part of it.
We're in Boston.
Yeah, but I don't know.
They can't get away.
No, Boston will not be their home anymore. It's going to get real bad. You know what? Let me have the weekend to think about it, and then I'll begin on Monday.
Quick.
Yeah, tell them to call Bon Jovi. Ask them why they came running back in here.
Landell Smith.
Yeah. Because all we do, we're professional dicks, and all we do all day is think about how to screw people up.
It's become second nature now.
Yeah. I'm so good at it, I can do it in my sleep. You were just a victim of it.
I swear to God, I was almost crying about half an hour ago.
Well, wait till you see them.
Oof.
All right. Let's see. Let's move on.
This is a good friend, I think. Next.
Who, Roseanne?
No, I think it's Michael Stipe.
Oh, okay.
R.E.M.
Yeah, right.
Wait a second.
What is it?
Just switch over to Real 2.
What is it?
No, that's where the rest of the interview.
All right, I'll take a commercial break, and then we'll listen to the rest of these, and then we'll be back right after this. All right, so Stuttering John's backstage at the MTV Awards, and now we're up to R.E.M., which I don't get those guys at all, man.
I like them.
Do you?
But I didn't. But the new album, Everybody Hurts, is a great song. You don't like that?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's
I
all
like
right.
that song.
It's okay.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
Well, he's so politically...
I don't know what he is.
He's the one that, remember a couple years ago, he had 10 T-shirts on. He kept putting on each T-shirt.
Yeah.
AIDS this and all that.
Yeah. Oops, wrong one.
Any questions?
What do you guys think of Howard Stern?
Who?
Howard Stern.
I've never heard of Howard Stern.
Oh, come on, Michael. Yes, you have. Do you think O.J. is innocent or guilty?
Who gives a
cool. Man, who cares? Who cares if 2 people are dead, man? Yeah, no one cares.
He can't be bothered. He's into rock.
One day maybe someone close to him will be murdered. Maybe he'll care. But right now he can't. He's caught up in other causes.
He's doing a video, you know.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's right. He has to do something important like a video.
He has a song that everybody hears, you know.
Yeah. He's like one of those guys who pretends like, hey, man, I shouldn't be at these Video Music Awards because all of us artists are equals. But yet he's pretty thrilled to be getting them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they were overjoyed a couple of years ago when they were winning all of those awards, and then they won 4 last night.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's like a cool move, like, you know, to act like you don't care about the awards. But meanwhile, you get your ass down there because you're afraid MTV will not show you videos anymore.
Running up to that stage to make a little speech.
Yeah.
The record's coming out September 27th. Nothing personal. You know.
Okay. And this is Roseanne?
It's Roseanne, yeah. Who, again, was kind of weird, you know.
Really?
Yeah. Again, check it out.
I thought Roseanne did a good job. I think that she should be mad at the sound system at MTV. It was clear to me that she couldn't hear herself think. She should have had bigger monitors upstage with her. And
she was screaming.
Yeah.
You know, I got that feeling for her that we often get on stage where you can't hear yourself and you're screaming the whole evening.
That's why you know enough to, I know enough that if I was going to host something like that, they would have a bank of monitors around me. The audience wouldn't be a factor. Did you notice everyone who got up to make a speech was completely sidetracked by the people in the front yelling stuff at them? And then they get caught up in it because they think everyone at home can hear that, and they get caught up in the conversation.
When they're relating to something we can't hear at all.
The first move of live performing like that is to just talk. Do your own thing and forget about the audience. Ignore them. They're retards. Just do your thing. And then you couldn't hear the laughs Roseanne was getting because the audience was not mic'd, so it appeared that she was bombing, which she wasn't.
No, I thought she was bombing.
Yeah, so did I.
And there were really funny lines. Because
I listened to her. She had some good lines.
Because you couldn't hear anything. So there were these long pauses, and you didn't know why she was taking them. They made her look nervous, but it wasn't. She was pausing because people were laughing, but you couldn't hear it at home. So Roseanne should be pissed off at them.
Yeah. And she's with Ben.
Oh, Ben?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm too tired.
Hey, Roseanne.
I don't care.
Is Howard Stern your new hero?
No, I'm my new hero. Thank you. I really had a great time because I got to see like people that I've heard about all my life and listened to them about their records, and to see them live was really great. I loved it.
About Michael Jackson, Roseanne?
No, I didn't.
Have you hired someone?
Because I was over there and they was over there. I really wanted to rush the stage when he came over to where I came out. I really wanted to go grab his ass. But
who's that?
I think Mick Jagger's.
You'd want to grab his ass?
I think. I'm not sure.
He would crumble. If I was Mick Jagger, I would take Charlie Watts' ass and not only grab it, but throw him through a window by it. Dude, try to look contemporary a little bit.
Why does he even go out? He doesn't have to.
Yeah, and why do you try to look pissed off? I mean, he gets pissed off when he's drumming. You know how much more the Stones would be invigorated if they had a young guy in there who was really pounding away on those skins and making them sound good?
They got a young bass player, but they didn't even show him at all.
No. They showed Charlie Watts a lot.
Well, for my money, he's the best show in town.
Yeah, it's a guy sitting there, your dad sitting there on drums, sitting there with the Rolling Stones, all angry.
Yeah, looking like Sherlock Holmes with your coat on.
Yeah, apparently not into this, but can't seem to give it up either.
And the collapsing nostril, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. And even when Mick Jagger manages to look young, which I don't think he looks that bad or anything, but then you see Charlie Watts, you realize he's the same age as Mick Jagger.
Why are they with that old guy?
Yeah. Maybe they're that old, too.
Joe?
What?
Yeah, someone asked him what was going on between her and Kennedy, because they kept on going back and forth.
Oh, yeah, big deal, okay.
Girl.
Hey, Roseanne!
Oh, yeah. Well, I always have been, really into rock and roll.
Hey, Roseanne.
Funny you should ask.
Hey, Roseanne, have you hired some of Ben's relatives to work on your show?
No, I'm not doing that again. Thank you. What? Well, I have a boyfriend already.
Roseanne, what did you think?
Yeah. Don't ask me about that. Well, there's 2 of them, and they suck.
What was that?
Yeah? Thank you. Well, from Richard Tyler.
How come you guys don't edit these down a little? Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
He wasn't in there for that.
Like where were you?
No, I didn't. At this point, I left.
No one has any sensibility back there. Who wants to sit through this?
No, I don't know why.
We can't even hear the questions he's answering.
It'd be fun to hear the questions.
Keep thinking he's going to pop in, you know.
Yeah.
At this point, Sky said, he's not going to get to it.
Well, I mean, this...
No.
Are you asking any more questions?
Yeah,
okay.
I ask a bunch.
Erin Quigley, that does the clothes on my show, she made a lot of the things I wore tonight because she finally got to do something glamorous instead of, plaids and jeans. So it was cool.
Is it true that you cursed out Tom when he showed up on the set of your show recently?
What? I'm starving. Yes, I'm very, very hungry.
Watch out, buffet.
Well, she's not looking so glamorous on the show.
Oh.
She's pregnant, as a matter of fact. Wobby.
Thanks, Scott. Nice editing.
Really?
I don't know what he did.
Where's Baba Booey? I thought I have a producer. I don't even have a producer. I might as well not have one. I can do better.
Howard, swear to God.
What?
This was the one interview I didn't listen to because he was editing it right at the very last second.
You guys, how many people I got working on this show? I hate to keep complaining today.
What do I
how
do?
many people?
Throw him on the ground and twist his arm? The guy edits slow. I had to get it in.
He's an editor. He's not an editor. He's an engineer. I need someone to edit these.
I know, but we had to get it in here on time. I was rushing him to get it done. It was 8:15. We hadn't played anything yet. I said, Scott, just please edit it as quick as possible.
Yeah, but this is so. Why can't he bring in some of them and then?
I told him that he has to roll them all off first, then he edits.
Yeah, but he can't work that way.
Because he's got to take John's feed and
the mold.
It's the only one I didn't.
If I add up all your IQs, I know I'm not in double figures. I know it. I don't care what you say. Tell me all your IQ tests together, and I still say it's not double figures.
What did he just do?
He just gave you a look at them.
He just you
might as well stop dressing up. It doesn't help.
They just handed me another interview, and I'm afraid to put it up because I have not.
Scott, when you hear this going on, does it occur to you that I might not want to hear it?
I told him I left the whole thing in there.
Who'd you tell that to?
You
liar!
I said I dubbed the whole Roseanne.
Bald liar! You did not dub the whole thing.
What the hell are you so angry?
Why would I want the whole?
What did I do?
Scott feels like he's home.
What'd you do?
Get it, Gary?
What'd you do?
Ridiculous.
You only took till 8:30 to get it done wrong.
I took it. I didn't. John didn't get here till it.
Oh, we still got me into it.
You're all a bunch of a-holes. That's all I got to say.
We have the Three Stooges working for us.
Soon a fist fight on TV.
Scott needs to go back and work on Best Up till next August.
Yeah, I know. You're right. You're right. I mean, God, you don't listen to these things? I mean, we're listening to Roseanne drone on. All right, I've had enough. That's good. Very good job.
I'm sorry.
You should be sorry. I yelled at you for an hour today.
It's so much fun.
You know what my problem is, Robin? I got to confess something. I have been off writing a movie now, just for the last couple of days. And even if I take a day and concentrate on a movie, the whole thing
place goes to pot.
Goes to pot.
Howard, the other one they gave was Flavor Flav, if you want to hear him.
No, I give up. I can't get to it.
That looks awfully long.
I'm going to take a break. You know what? I got to get out of here on time today, and I don't have time. You all... What am I going to say? I'm exhausted from the whole show.
Gary did it. Gage did it. John did it.
This one did it. That one did it. No one takes responsibility.
Why are you yelling at me? I didn't do it.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Scott, the engineer, he's yelling at Gary. He don't hear it. Gary don't hear it. Nobody hears it.
Scott comes in and says, he rolled off the tape, and then he says, what did I do?
I don't hold Scott responsible. That's not his job. I said to Gary, listen to the shows and edit them. I don't hold Scott responsible.
You
understand? I hold you responsible. You are my producer. Are you the producer or is Scott the producer?
No, I'm the producer, but if you can't get it done in time...
Come and tell me.
Well, I tell you that all the time, and you tell me how bad Scott sucks.
Don't put a
I tell you that all the time. You say you want to fire him.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Don't ever say that, because I'm the one who went to Tom and kept Scott's job here.
But you're the one who complained.
Don't you ever lie about something I said off the air. Buddy, that's our producer. Yeah, why don't you create a rift between me and Scott when I'm the guy who goes in and protects his job?
Okay, fine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've never said that Scott works slow? You never said that Scott works slow?
Yeah, but did I ever say I want to fire Scott?
No, that's true.
When did I ever say I want to fire Scott? Don't take that back. No, I've never said that.
Okay. First of all, I would go up against any other engineer, any editor, anybody in this business against speed, accuracy, and quality.
Well, that sounds like a good show.
I'm ready to roll.
Anytime, man. Any time.
He didn't say hair.
Resumes accepted. Send them to Gary.
No hair. Forget the hair.
I do not hold Scott responsible for this fiasco. If you are the guy in charge of hearing the Roseanne interview,
you can either get it in here. In other words, Scott handed it to us right in the middle of doing this.
Gary, I said to you, did you hear the...
Howard, listen. You would have been slowed up. You would not...
Okay,
you would
I
have
give up.
No, listen.
I give up.
You would have been finished with the interviews, and then you would have said, why do I not have the Roseanne interview?
Want me to embarrass you right now?
Yes.
Were there 2 reels here?
Yes.
Were they split in half? Was Roseanne on the second reel?
Roseanne came in at the last minute.
Okay, came in at the last minute.
Right.
Didn't you just walk in with another tape?
You just walked in with another tape. It was the Roseanne tape. You could have listened to it in the back room while I was playing the other ones. You're wrong again. It's your fault. It's not Scott's.
It's always my fault.
It's your fault.
Okay.
And if Scott is too slow, then you have to make the recommendation that he be fired.
What is he doing?
He's taking off his jacket. If Scott is too slow, make the recommendation that he should be fired.
Oh, is he...
What's that?
His protest is to go
I would never make.
Are you saying you're making mistakes because of Scott?
No, I'm making mistakes because my jacket's on.
Tell me something. Any faster than that. There's no way you can go any faster than I was going.
But you could have gotten a few done.
You are the producer of the show. You knew John was going out on interviews. You called John up the night before and you said, John, get me at 4 in the morning. The whole premise is your fault.
If you want to talk, then you don't need me here. I'll leave.
I don't need you here.
Then you don't need me here.
I don't need you here at all.
You're right. Scott, you couldn't have had an interview ready for me at 7 o'clock. Could that have happened?
You could have come in and said, I want to put this on the air.
How many times do we say that? How many? Do I have to repeat it to you over and over again?
Thank you. The two of you, thank you.
But how many? Scott, we always need it right away. Figure that out.
Are you the producer of the show?
Yes, and I'm doing it poorly.
John, you saunter in about 6 o'clock in the morning. And go, hey, where's John? 5:30. You saunter in, and where is John's interviews? Now it dawns on you that you need John's interviews.
But in the meantime, John's always done it right before.
You take John and you wake him up. Here's what you do. You tell John. When he does an interview, he knows that. He's always in the morning with Scott.
But John knows that. And
now that there was a problem, you sit there with Scott, you put a pair of headphones on. You put a pair of headphones on. I'm serious about this, man. You put a pair of headphones on in the studio. If you have to hear the show, you have to do something. You are now under pressure. It's called pressure. No one on the show has any pressure. Right. I'm the one who has the God pressure here. You understand? God damn pressure. Do you understand me? Get out, idiot.
Howard, if I would have given you one, it would have been 10 seconds, and then you would have
Listen to me. I said, sit quiet. I didn't blame you.
Okay.
I told you the producer of the show, it's his job to make sure I get these tapes on time, and that they're properly edited.
As a result, no other tapes get done.
That's the show.
It's going to be a fight.
Oh, dear. Look at
John reached over and lifted up the foot.
You know, I don't mind that you guys just punched each other, but I do mind that you didn't do it on camera.
Like you're getting out of camera range. In the dark. No.
That's not funny, John.
He is so bald. You forget. Can I punch him?
No.
Can I punch him right now?
No.
Come over on camera.
No, you can't punch him. You can't punch him. You can't do that.
Come over on camera.
I can't give you permission. You can do it, but don't say I said so. All right, very good. All of you are a big help to me. Thank you. Robin, I must take a break. I have to get on schedule.
Well, I see that Gary has doffed his jacket. I guess that means...
Look, when a bit fails, ultimately, because I'm waiting to hear Roseanne and hear the punchline, and it doesn't matter to Gary, who's the producer. I asked him to go preview everything. That's what I hire him for. That's what he's paid to do.
All right, we're done already.
When you're paid to do something, do it.
That's right.
What was more important that you had to go do?
Nothing.
We don't have a guest.
Nothing. You try handing stuff over to Scott and have him freak out over you all the time.
So I said, but you said
you did this morning.
But Gary,
absolutely not. And I have witness.
Where did you go?
No, all I said was
no. We're done. We're done. We're on to the next thing.
Gary, you didn't come.
Where did you go when you had to? Now that you couldn't listen anymore, where did you go? Because Scott was working too slow.
Where did I go? I think I might have been in here talking to you for a while, and I might have been opening the mail.
No, open the mail after the show, Gary. You might have to stay an hour later today.
I never stay late.
No, I didn't say that. If I give you a job as important as listening to the tapes...
We're on to the next thing. We have a conference.
No, I'm not on to the next thing.
I am.
When you're on...
I hear you.
No, you don't.
I do. I hear, no,
you don't.
I hear you loud and clear.
What do you mean? I have to go out and watch what Gary
you don't
does.
have to do anything anymore because I understand exactly what you're saying. And
no,
I'm
but you don't. It's endless. And everyone says I'm picking. Everyone says I'm picking on him. Everyone says I'm picking on him.
He's turned down all the money.
I say to the guy, I gave him a simple test. I said, would you make sure that these interviews are good? Make sure. Yeah, I trust his opinion. Go in there, make sure Scott edits them properly. So he goes and reads the mail. That's the answer he just gave me. Why? What am I waiting for? Am I waiting for a crane to hit me on the head before I let him loose? What am I, stupid? Is that appropriate, that answer?
Of course not.
Boss, I am going to go.
I'm answering the mail.
Yeah, can you go listen to the interviews that are going to be played on the mail? I don't care about right now. I'm on the air. The mail is secondary to that. It's the thing, the product that I'm playing over the air. I said, can you go edit? Everyone listen to it. Tell me if I'm nuts. Shut up, Jackie. That laugh, that guffaw.
There is a reason I left the whole thing, because John kept trying to jump in.
I have so much more I want to talk about. I didn't want to spend the day with the Three Stooges.
John kept trying to jump in with questions, and I thought it was humorous that he couldn't get any questions.
Don't do that anymore, Scott.
Yes, yes. Well, that's not my decision.
Listen, I don't hold it against you. You should stay quiet before I start yelling at you.
You're yelling at me anyway.
Gary is the producer who I said, you are responsible for the content of the show this morning. The guy, listen to what he did. He didn't like you weren't working fast enough, so he had to go read the mail because he wants to get out of here on time.
Howard, there was no way.
He had to go read the mail.
Well, you understand now he has a commute.
Oh, that's right.
See, he's not going to be hanging around the
that's right. Probably traffic's bad on Friday.
It's like doing your homework in class.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll do our homework here in class. Rat chap bastard.
And he couldn't possibly take any work home.
Tell me what you could possibly say.
Robin to F herself.
Tell me what you could possibly say to me that would make sense.
Nothing. But I would also tell Robin that
let me ask you.
My commute. Time out a second.
If I ask you,
my commute will in no way, Robin, affect my job here.
Well, it has already. I predict that you went and answered the mail. You went and read the mail because you wanted to get out of here early.
I read the mail at the same time every day.
So you mean if you have regardless of what's going on?
No, I will stop and do things. I made
you read the mail. You mean during the show?
It will not affect my commute. My commute will not affect the show. It was the same job I've always done.
I thought you told me you're very busy. I thought you told me you're very busy during the show.
I'm busy leaving.
You're busy doing something you're supposed to do after the show.
How come he keeps walking out?
I know, he walks out and then walks back in. You have to see this.
They're arguing with us in the hall.
You got to. Now he leaves. Then he argues in the hall.
He's yelling at us.
You got to see the E show. I'm going to put this somehow. It's a long thing, but I got to put it on the E show. Every time he leaves and comes back. If I said to you, Robin, let's say you're my employee now, okay? And I say to you, we work in a bank. And I say to you, Robin, I need you now to go over accounts and receivables, whatever a banker does.
Count this money.
I need you to count this money right now. But every day at the same time at 8:30,
I open the mail.
You open the mail.
I'm in the middle counting the money?
Yeah.
It's 8:30?
Right.
I got to go through the mail.
Yeah, what is this?
I would not leave the money. I would count the money until it was done, and then I would do the mail if it was appropriate.
Is Gary the Manchurian Candidate? Has somebody hypnotized him that he has to...
He has to be on time.
I have to go answer mail. 8:30. They call him on the phone. You will answer the mail. Speaker in his ear.
He has an alarm clock in his belly.
It's insane. It's insane. It's insane.
It's mail time.
It's mail time, Wolf. No. I need you to... Wolf, it is mail time.
Scott, it's mail time. You will have to cut that yourself.
I blame him. He's the one who's supposed to make sure that Stuttering John
gets his job done.
He looked over it. He said he did.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's... Just shut up.
Look in the blunt. What is he doing? There's something going on out there.
I don't know what's going on out there. I don't care. I can't be distracted now. All right, thank you.
But I was thinking about this the other day. I said, this commute is going to change Gary.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Completely, and he's going to have trouble.
Yeah. Oh, he's having trouble already
with this job.
This is not one of these state jobs where it's guaranteed for life. The guy has no fear. He wants to get out on time.
You know what he thinks. I don't get overtime when I work a lot longer.
Yeah, right. If they pay me by the hour, I'd be here till 7 o'clock.
Time and a half.
I'm as stupid as a wall. What is that? All right, I gotta take a break. Oh, there's the Gary puppet. Oh wait, let me have that. Wait, I got a new Gary puppet, Robin.
What is that?
All right, you see this. This is Gary's baby. Yeah, let's do a puppet show.
Son!
This is Gary.
Why is Daddy late?
Son!
Yes, Dad?
I did a real screwed up job today just so I could come home and be with you.
I'm so glad. Hold on, let me get my pacifier.
Gary's baby's going to be born with a full set of teeth.
Wow, a chip off the old banana.
That's right, Wolf.
Let's go to the zoo and visit our uncle and aunt.
Now, Dad, you want me to go to school now, right?
That's right.
But I can't. It's 8:30. I have to open the mail. Just like you. What do I do?
You're just like me. Let's go to work together.
Oh, okay.
And then I can yell at Scott.
Oh, okay.
And try and peel off his head.
Dad?
Yeah?
Could you set the alarm clock for 2 in the morning?
Why?
I have to get up to brush my teeth. I have to get up extra early to brush my teeth because they're as big as yours.
No, just do it like I do. Do it once a week. You save all kinds of time.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Dad.
Very good, boy.
All right. Wait a second. Here's my bottle. It's at the end of my very long arms. There you go.
Learn to drink with your feet. It's better.
All right. Dad?
Yeah?
I understand when Howard tells you to do things, you ignore him and go in the back room and read Newsday. Is that true?
That's right. My head's like a wind tunnel. In one ear and out the other.
Is there a kiddie version of Newsday?
I'll look into it, son. I think there's Kids Day.
All right. Thank you.
Newsday at the same time every day.
Hold it, Dad. I can't talk to you anymore. It's time for me to open the mail.
Oh, that's right.
All right. Goodbye.
But there might be something important to do.
Like what?
I'll forget.
All right, let's go.
But I think I'm going to do something else to avoid it anyway.
You know what Gary should be teaching his son?
What?
The term, I made a mistake.
Oh, yeah. Can you teach me some things to say?
All right, son.
Okay.
I screwed up.
I screwed up.
That's right.
Hey, Dad, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you know if Scott has a son so I can blame him for my problems?
Good idea. Let's call 1-800-BAG-5040.
Yes, Gary? Oh, hi, Dad. How are you?
Now, come on. I don't make fun of your kid.
You don't have your kid yet. It's still in the oven.
Oh, so when the kid's
when
born,
it's born, we'll lighten up.
We'll knock off.
Then they'll give it a gender.
Right. So this is if Gary has a boy because it's a blue diaper pin.
Ah.
Oh, white. Oh, I see. It's white. Okay.
They could go either
But it
way.
has pink gums.
Oh, yeah.
Soon to be black.
How funny would it be if your kid actually came out looking like this?
Well, it'd be pretty hard.
It'll gnaw through his
Are you talking about the teeth or the fur?
I don't know.
How about the fur?
Like
on the teeth?
Hey.
All right, let's take a break.
Give me back my jacket, belly boy.
Let's take a break. We'll be back after these words with Robin's great newscast.
Yeah, unless she has to go out and open the mail.
Well,
Robin, will you be able to do the news, or will you have to read the mail?
It won't have any sound in
No.
it because Scott's been so
I've been in
bothered
here.
today with
Oh,
everything.
that's right.
No sound.
All right, I have some sound. We'll be back right after these words. We were talking about how we could develop a spin-off show for E.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now that the E network has our regular show, you know, they tape the radio show.
Yes.
Me and Jackie were just talking about this because it's like a three-week circus in here. Gary feels like he's on the real world because after he leaves here when he's angry, Ganji follows him around with a camera, and he
Watching
can't.
him sputter.
And he goes, you know, and he's in here saying, you know, I'm on the phone with my wife, my beautiful Mary, and then all of a sudden I'm on the real world.
Well, no, you're having a private conversation. You turn around and there's this camera
but
burning
that's
the
his
back
job.
of your neck.
He's got to do that.
Yeah, but there's got to be some middle ground.
Really? Good luck.
Well, I mean, have it happen to somebody else here. I mean, what if, you know, even you have had moments,
Yes.
and I don't think I'm giving anything away.
Go ahead.
Where the camera's been on and you've said, hey, this is not for the camera.
Right. You don't have those moments.
It's good to be king.
Yeah.
True.
But it's not about him not wanting to reveal himself. Usually he's saying something about someone.
That is revealing yourself, Robin.
No. It's usually about business, whether we would want somebody on the
Gary,
show.
since we don't give you any important business, you have nothing to worry about.
That's right.
Yeah.
I would like the opportunity to talk to my wife alone.
Anyway, well, that you do deserve. I'm sure it's an important conversation.
Do you call your wife after these arguments?
Yes.
No. This is last week.
So anyway, the Gary Puppet is such a hit.
Yes.
And I have said to the E! Network, you ought to give the Gary Puppet his own show. And then Jackie said, hey, look, now you got Gary Puppet and Gary Kid Puppet. We could develop a spin-off show for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Be like our version of the Muppets.
We also have a name for Gary Puppet Jr. because Gary hasn't named his kid yet.
Oh, what is it?
Well, we don't. Do you know? Have you have any names in mind?
No.
You haven't even thought about names?
Not really.
He's not telling us the names. They have them.
No, we don't
They
have them. We're
because we have to start designing names and shirts.
Hey, you should not do that. You should not do that.
Don't get so attached. You haven't met the kid yet.
I beg of you
It
not
could be
to
a
do
dick.
Not my child.
Not my child. This is my kid.
He's being the father.
Yeah.
Come on now. Can
So-
somebody else have a kid here?
Right.
Brad, have a kid, would you? Bail me out.
So here's the idea for the show, right?
What?
You know how like Beavis and Butthead sit there and comment on videos?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could have Gary Puppet and Gary Kid Puppet sit there and watch TV. You know, do whatever. You know, they could comment on anything.
Sure.
Francis Allen kind of.
Yeah. They just sit there and watch television and goof on it. And goof on each other and yell at each other.
Gary Puppet commenting on how dumb Gary is.
Right.
There's something beautiful about that.
Yeah, like a painting. It's so beautiful.
Anyway, we have to do the news. And first let me do this. We have something to give away. It's a Friday. Why don't we give something good away?
Is it Friday? I didn't
Yeah.
even realize.
Go ahead, Fafafui.
Okay, we're giving away an opportunity for 2 people to fly to Las Vegas and see a fight. It's Julio Cesar Chavez.
I don't know. I just saw a fight between Scott the Engineer, you, and Stuttering John. I don't know if I need to see another one.
No punches were landed on that one.
All right.
Julio Cesar Chavez.
You didn't see what went on then.
Is fighting Meldrick Taylor.
Yeah.
And just so you know, Julio's fought him twice, and both times Meldrick was beating him till the last minute, and then both times Chavez knocked him out.
Wow.
So this guy's got, it's a big fight.
It's a big fight.
You'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to see the event, 2-night hotel accommodations, and a round-trip air transportation for 2 to Las Vegas to see the fight. It's next Friday night.
That's nice. Trip to Vegas.
And it's provided by SET King Vision. Call your local cable.
That'd be our old pal Don King.
I guess so, yeah. King Vision.
All right, now to win these tickets right now, you call us up and guess how many letters Gary has read this morning.
Oh,
Do you know the exact amount?
No, but I can.
Oh, you don't?
I have a rough idea.
Okay, let me see the number.
I think that's
all right.
We know how many tapes he didn't edit.
All right, well, there's a good one. Call up right now. Here's the contest. And tell us the name of the performer whose tape Gary didn't edit. All right, to see if you've been paying attention.
There you go.
All right. And all of our future contests will be revolving around what Gary hasn't done. Oh, wrong one. Let me go here. Hi, do you know the name of the artist that Gary did not do his work around? Thank you.
Roseanne.
That is correct. Lower your radio, you win.
Thank you.
All right. Not that excited, sir. I had to hit the beep button. You can't use the F word.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm so excited.
You were too excited.
The best.
Anyway, you will be going to Vegas with a pal. I don't think any girls are dating you, are they?
I'm married.
Oh, you are. All right, well, then you'll be going to Vegas with a pal. And
you're going to stay at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
And you're going to see the Julio Cesar Chavez fight and Meldrick Taylor.
Wow, great.
Yeah, you get to see 2 black guys beat each other up.
Now, Julio
is Hispanic.
He's the guy that wears the Flintstones, like that little Wilma skirt.
Right, you get to see a Spanish guy and a black guy get in a ring and fight.
Awesome. That's the best.
See, I come to the city every day. I get to see that for free.
That's what happened.
You see that right in your studio.
I just look out the window and I can see that.
That's what happened at Grand Central Station yesterday.
What?
It was a Spanish guy and a black guy got in a fight on a train.
Who won? Let me guess. Black guy.
Wrong.
Spanish?
Spanish guy shot the black guy.
Oh, that's why.
Howard, what you could do
You
is
didn't say you had a gun.
Howard, you should have Gary replace the news weasels.
Yeah. Yeah, the Gary Puppet and Gary,
There you go.
the whole Gary family.
They could sit there and watch those news clips.
Something to be said for that.
By who?
I like it.
If the Gary Puppet, let me tell you something. If the Gary Puppet and Gary Son Puppet replace those 2 guys on E do news weasels,
Bring that show back.
they would bring the show right back, and I'm guarantee it'd
That would
be funny.
the best show.
Call it like News Teeth. News Teethles. And then, like, you didn't watch News Weasels on E, right?
I saw it once.
And it sucked, right?
Oh, it's the worst.
It was the worst show in the world.
But it had such great potential.
I don't like to say, like, bad stuff about shows and stuff. And Fran called me up and asked me, she's the head of the E! Network, she asked me what I thought of the show, and I just went, well, listen, I got to go now, but I'll call you back and give you my critique, and I never called her back. But wouldn't that be funny if, like, the Gary Puppet and little Gary commented on the news?
That I would watch.
Yeah.
That'd be hysterical.
Too busy to do it anyway. All right, dude, hold on, okay?
All right, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Another satisfied listener.
Monkey.
News dummies. Fred, that could be a whole secondary career for you, puppetry.
Let's do it.
Maybe we'll develop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jackie can write the dumb things to come out of their stupid mouths.
I want to do it, too.
I live for it.
I live for that. Robin, you could pick the news stories and stuff. You could prepare the actual news.
Cool. It would be fun. Like everything we do would be fun for a day.
Right, and then we'd be miserable.
Then we'd have to do another show.
The way I put the show together is like Robin would sit there and like say, tell us what we were looking at. You know, like you definitely have to write like a sentence or two. Just say, hey, you're looking at so-and-so.
Just the setup to the tape.
Right. Then we watch the tape, and the Gary Puppet and the Gary Puppet Jr. would discuss what was going on. Right. The new...
You couldn't lose because the stupider of the best people.
I would go into production immediately. Provided, you know, that the right chemistry was there.
Hey, son.
In other words, you got to give me a few bucks.
That's the chemistry.
Green chemistry.
Yeah. Hey, for a few bucks, we'll do the Adam and Eve channel. Tonight.
There's only one show business.
Jackie will be on there tonight. Must have paid him something. All right. We better do the news. Let's take a break.
All right.
And
we're late again.
Yeah, we're late. Let's, I don't know what happened. But we really got to get... Yes, you do. All right, we'll come back right after this. Thank you. All right, Robin, let's do some news.
Well, I was all set to talk about the airplane crash first, but then I see in the paper that Woody Allen is going to be meeting the press to promote his next film.
Ooh, where's that?
It doesn't open until October 14th, and on the 1st and 2nd, he will meet with the press in New York.
You know why?
They don't give me any great details.
Because Woody Allen's image is so bad now, it affects the...
box office of his movie.
Yeah.
So he's got to actually go out on the stump.
And despite how many times he says it, he says, well, I don't care if people want to stop going to my movies, and I'll stop making movies. This is a guy who needs to make movies. Believe me, he cares plenty.
You didn't see him retiring.
He cares. He could have retired a long time ago. He ain't into retirement.
Of course, the question was put to one of his publicity people, will he take questions about Mia Farrow?
What do you say?
And they said he's there to talk about his movies, not his personal life. But believe me, in order to get some press, he'll talk about anything.
Woody Allen is perhaps one of the most brilliant writers of comedy in this country.
Are you looking to work with him?
No. I've always said it, but he is, I mean, to take off with that Chinese girl.
I can't laugh at him anymore.
Yeah, it's hard. It is hard. I was watching the movie Tell It Again, Sam, Play It Again, Sam, the other night on TV, and it's just genius. Tony Roberts' character walks into the room, whatever room he walks into, gets immediately over to a phone, and he calls the service. Says, listen, I'm going to be here at this number. And he goes, 655.
Whatever the number.
Right, whatever the number is. And he says, I'm going to be here for a half hour. You remember this?
Yeah.
I'll be here for a half hour at this number, and then I'm going to be at my office. So I'll be at this number after that. And every scene throughout the whole movie. Any guy who writes that is a genius.
Oh, believe me, some of the funniest books I have ever read have been written by Woody Allen.
That's right. And in real life, no one's called Tony Roberts service in 25 years, I don't think. But yet it's
Tony
funny.
Roberts doesn't even have a service.
Right. He doesn't need one. But he's brilliant. But this guy, I mean, with the young Japanese girl and the pictures, and it's Mia Farrow's daughter like there's no other girls. So the press conference, will it be in Japanese or English?
Will there be a translation?
All right, that's interesting news.
Yeah,
certainly that's bigger than the airline crash.
But it's surprising that Woody Allen is going to do that.
He has to do it. He has to if he wants his movie. He wants to try and overcome the image problem.
And one other thing, this must have happened while I was on vacation. Did John Wayne Bobbitt go to jail?
Now, I saw that posted on the Prodigy service, and I thought it was a goof.
No, it looks like he was given 15 days in jail for assaulting his former fiancée that he hooked up with in Las Vegas.
Hey, you don't want to wreck his film career, though. Did they complete the porno movie?
Well, that was only going to take a couple of days. They were almost finished.
I see. They had finished principal photography?
Yes.
I see.
The day we talked to him.
Principal shooting?
I am surprised.
Yes, Robin.
He's in jail. You haven't been calling your friend, your buddy, your pal?
No, I haven't.
Some fair weather friend you are.
I'm writing a movie. Who cares?
He's not in it.
That's right.
Well, they now say that the death toll from that U.S. Air crash last night near Pittsburgh.
What about John Wayne Bobbitt, Robin? Who cares about this?
Oh, stop it.
U.S. Air's having a lot of crashes, aren't they?
They've had 5 in the last 5 years, U.S. Air.
Do you think they're unlucky, or do you think, like, there's something going on?
That's speculation now. Everybody's talking about it and saying, you know, look, this is not unusual. This is just a run of bad luck for this airline. No, you know, sure, you should question whether the airline you take has a safety record, a good safety record, but this could have happened to any airline. It just so happens that it's happening to U.S. Air. This time, they're not exactly sure what happened. The plane was about to make an approach for a landing and then just fell out of the sky. Crashed and became a huge fireball. They say there's debris and, you know, just waste from the crash, you know, bodies, body parts, and, you know, plane stuff covering a 2 football field area. And they said the devastation is incredible. The death toll has now been put at 132 people killed because there was a 2-year-old child traveling free, sitting on its mother's lap. And they don't believe that anybody survived.
Oh, worst way to go, man, to me.
Here's one eyewitness.
Because aren't you conscious as you're going down? You must
Not necessarily.
be. Oh, come on. Of course you are. Why wouldn't you be?
What's going on? Suppose there's no oxygen. Suppose whatever.
No.
There's any number of things that could happen.
Because the oxygen would still be in there. The pressurization.
It happened so quick.
Maybe something blew out. You don't know what happened to this plane.
Jackie seems to know, Robin. Don't put him down.
They did just recover the 2 black boxes.
I love black boxes. Never have. Would you mean Salt-N-Pepa, Robin?
Oh, stop that, Howard. You are ridiculous. I'm talking about a plane crash here.
Oh.
I'm talking about those recorders that get out of the back of the plane to try to
I think you're talking about Salt-N-Pepa.
No, what the pilot was saying and just what the instruments were recording at the time of the crash.
All right, let's listen to the air crash witness. Right, Robin?
Yes.
It was just like World War II, but I never seen anything that bad when I was in World War II. It's a horrible sight. There's debris hanging from the trees, parts of suitcases, seats, the whole works, and probably parts of flesh. It's dark up there, but everything was hanging. It's just a horrible sight.
Ugh.
It's awful.
I hate that stuff.
Just awful.
Cry, Jackie.
What is wrong with him?
Is it a pool day, Robin?
Oh.
I don't mean to sound, you know, but life goes on. I have to.
Oh, well, they are now going through the wreckage and the debris there, trying to determine the identity of passengers. They say some may never be identified. There were people.
Stop that. Fred is playing sound effects.
At the airport. I keep looking over at Jackie to see if he's really...
Yeah, right. No, he's not.
There were people waiting at the airport, of course, for this plane to land when this happened. So those people had to be ushered into a separate room so that they could be told what had happened to their loved ones and friends who were aboard that flight. So U.S. Air, really having
on a roll.
tough time of it.
Would you? So you think it might be just a run of bad luck?
Well, in the last couple of years when they have looked over the results of tests and investigations of these crashes, they've either been pilot error or air traffic control error.
Oh, I see.
It usually hasn't been mechanical failure.
Hey, where's Scott the engineer, man? There's clothes hanging from trees. He's going to want to go there. Free clothes, Scott. Free clothes.
Does he like free clothes?
Oh, he sure does. He's always back there looking through my T-shirt collection.
You wearing that?
You going to wear that?
I could take that home and give away my gigs.
But that's a terrible, terrible crash.
Hey, nice necklace. Found some gold teeth in the ashtray.
Oh, that's awful.
All right, very good.
Nicole Brown Simpson's autopsy photographs show a clear human bite mark on her back, it was reported last night.
Oh.
Sexy.
The mark was clear enough to make it plain.
Yeah.
Layman, according to CBS News.
So did they take a mold of it?
O.J. Simpson's defense team has sent copies of photos to a forensic dentist for an examination.
Wow. The defense team, why wouldn't the prosecution do that?
I don't know. Maybe O.J. knows that he didn't put those bite marks there.
Oh, so he's hoping that maybe there's a way to defend himself.
Bring another person in.
Hey, look, O.J.
This whole thing.
When you killed her, did you bite her? No, I swear. All right. Well, maybe she had some sex with some guy.
Yeah, he got a little bitten.
I swear, it's a strange mouth.
Nicole and friend Ron Goldman were killed outside of her condo on June 12th. Meanwhile, in Page 6 today, they say Paula Barbieri was not being quite candid with Diane Sawyer when she went on national TV and said that O.J. Simpson had always been a great boyfriend. Friends now say the one-time football star pushed her out of a moving car and regularly abused her.
Really? So why is she defending him still?
She's like so many other battered women. She never left, and I guess a little embarrassed to say that she had some dude beating her up. I mean, nobody wants to fess up to that kind of thing.
How come I can't even yell at my wife?
Oh, you yell plenty. Don't get don't get wise over there. She just yells back.
Over vacation, I spanked my wife.
What do you mean by
that? We got into that. I said, hey, you're a bad girl. So we were doing it, we did a lot over vacation to make up for all the years we missed. So I said, you're a bad girl. She goes, what do you mean I'm a bad girl? I go, okay. I started smacking her in her ass.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How'd that do?
She goes, stop that. I go, wait a second. Let me check. You're getting a little turned on, aren't you? Let me check.
You're like, you know what? You're like a mechanic. You always dip in that little stick head to take the oil.
Well, to make sure you're not a quart low.
How many times did you hit her?
15. Wow. Like I was just like, and then I went, I swear, and then I went,
like
and then I went,
one, bam, 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 bam.
Like that, and then and she goes, don't do that, and I went, ow, 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 ow. Just like that. And it got her hot. Hey, did you see how lovey-dovey she was when we went to that movie premiere?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yes.
Yeah.
You just beat her.
Try it. I beat her a little. It was great. I'd never done that to her before, and who knew she was going to dig it?
Parents are listening.
Oh, who cares if her parents are listening? When I get home, I'm going to beat them.
Supposedly, O.J. also called every night, even since he's been jailed for the murder of his wife. Called her collect every night from his cell, and they would read the Bible together.
Hello, baby. It's time to read the Bible.
Read the Bible to me.
Now, I don't have me a copy of the Bible, so why don't you read it?
And hit yourself.
Now, you're going to have to punch yourself during the Bible reading session. Push yourself out the car, because I can't be there to do it.
Throw yourself on the floor.
O.J., you're a much better boyfriend now that you're in jail. I feel a lot safer. Now, can't you get somebody over there to beat you for me? Oh, AC, that you? Now, do me a favor. Punch Paul in the head while we read the Bible.
We only know this from Page 6, so we can't be sure, but they say maybe the truth will come out now that she's broken up.
O.J., it's funny. You don't speak like a white guy. You don't speak like a white guy anymore since you went to jail. Well, that's because I want to fit in with the rest of the brothers in here. I don't want to get my ass kicked. So I talk like this during the Bible session. Now, what the hell did the Bible say today, honey? Well, let's see. I'll open up to Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy?
Deuteronomy? Well, in jail here, anyone do the rod to me, I punch him. What do the Bible say? Did the Bible say bite your wife, then cut her ass up? I believe there is a passage that backs that up, O.J. Well, then good. Because then I'm all right.
I can use that for my defense.
Hello, Your Honor? Is this here Judge Ito? Hello, Judge Ito, you there? The Bible doesn't say bite your wife, then cut her ass up. Hello? Do I have the right number? Where am that Jap judge?
Could we move on?
Them filthy nips took us on in World War II.
It's O.J. the historian we're getting now.
Georgito, I need you to go over to my girlfriend's apartment and throw them little Chinese stars at her while she read the Bible to me.
Can you jujitsu her?
Do you know that jujitsu? Excuse me?
You know the karate, don't you?
You know them little Chinese stars? Now, hello there, Jujito.
Take a nunchuck to her head.
Yeah. We're going to take a break, Robin. Then
we have to stop this levity?
Then we'll do the news when we come back. AIWA. Remember the name? So, you know, I have about 5 of these things now at this point, the mini systems.
Oh, yes.
Well, I had to put one in each kid's room. That was
Your
3.
house is full of them.
And put one in the kitchen. That was 4.
And one in the basement, right?
Right, 5. Now I'm thinking of getting one for the bedroom. I love it.
See, I already have myself hooked up.
I just feel guilty with all these Iowas, you know.
But I can't stand to listen to TV not in stereo anymore.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, I finally, my parents got one. They love it now.
They're going to get so hooked to listening to that new sound.
I know. And they weren't even going to hook up the surround sound because my mother was like, that's too much sound for my room. I go, no, it's not.
See, they don't understand that the back speakers really don't put out that much.
Right. It's just to give the
ambience,
right.
The whole room full of sound.
The whole thing, my father had all this equipment. He had a receiver, this giant receiver, big giant Kenwood receiver.
Things that probably took up a lot of space.
And now this thing has 2 cassettes, not just one. It has, my father wanted a cassette.
He's got the CD player.
He's got the CD player, something he didn't even want, but now all of a sudden they're going to go buy some CDs.
Sure.
Got all that 30 watts per channel. It's great. It's called the Iowa NSX 4000 mini system. Go see it. And if you want a free Iowa catalog, just pick up the phone right now. It's free. 1-800-BUY-AIWA. They send you all the different models and stuff. Extension 311. 1-800-BUY-AIWA. Iowa. Okay, Robin, and what else is in the news?
Dan Quayle is back. He gave a speech yesterday in which he promoted family values.
Yeah, he's relevant. That's a relevant guy.
Big issue for him. He's preparing the way, I guess, for another presidential race.
Good luck.
Whenever it should come up.
He's as relevant as a tampon in the purse of an 80-year-old woman.
He has decided, however, that workfare is wrong when he's discussing family values. He would rather see workfare, which is the program that would force people who were capable of getting a job to have a job in order to help support themselves and their dependent children.
So why didn't he get Bush to do it when he was there for 4 years and had some influence?
He would rather see that program confined to single women and men and let unwed mothers or single parent families on aid for dependent children or whatever continue to stay home with their children.
I love these guys. Here's a guy who was a senator of the United States. He was the vice president of the United States. And now he's telling you, oh, this is what I want to see. Yeah, I believe you're going to be able to do it.
Well, let me point out something to Mr. Dan Quayle.
Bumblehead.
Why should middle-class people both go out and work every day and support their children in order to pay welfare for mothers you're going to allow to stay home?
I don't know. I don't think there should be any welfare. I think, period, no welfare.
But it's just interesting to me that people who make their own decisions about how their lives are going to work, they wind up working and paying for these people to stay home.
Well, Dan Quayle's he's never had to work anyway.
That's right.
His father's wealthy as can be.
He's basically a welfare baby.
If he had to make a living, he's a welfare baby. He's been supported his whole
his life.
If he had to make a living, he wouldn't know what to do.
Fall flat on his face.
This is no Rhodes Scholar. He makes Daisy Fuentes look like a Rhodes Scholar. All right, Robin?
I think he studied under her.
That's right. And he's over with.
Name.
He's more over than Springsteen.
No.
And both of them don't know it. And I'll tell you one thing.
He studied under Cindy Crawford, I think, and Dan Quayle.
Cindy Crawford fought more for this country than Dan Quayle did. There's a guy who should have been sent to Vietnam. Why? He grew up in the lap of luxury.
He reaped all the benefits this country has to offer.
That's right.
Who else should fight for it?
Didn't earn anything. Didn't earn a thing. Oh, he's going to tell you now how everyone else should earn a living. See, I'm all against welfare. I'm for a lot of things that the guy might say, but it doesn't ring true. I got to find a guy who knows how to work. I don't believe a guy is going to be good at running this country unless he's run a major corporation. What do you think of that? They ought to get Michael Eisner from Disney in there.
Well, he's kind of sick, isn't he?
Well, yeah. So what? Right. How hard could it be to run the country so he could be full health?
I don't know that he could take the job.
Dan Quayle needs to taste reality. Remember that movie Trading Places?
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Murphy?
There you go.
Put him in that.
Why don't you just give up all that money for a while and see if you can live by your wit?
Guarantee that guy couldn't make more than $20,000 a year on his own.
Well, even though he's been afforded a great education.
That doesn't matter. He's not qualified.
Innumerable contacts.
Nothing to do. Nothing to do. Put him out on the streets. And believe me, the homeless would protest. Go ahead, Robin. What else is in the news?
Police are searching today for a suit-clad subway rider who shot a man and who criticized him for the way that he was dressed.
When you're on a subway in New York, you don't get in a conversation with anybody.
I don't see how people don't know these rules.
I know them.
These are two New Yorkers. Passengers, of course, panicked, charged the doors. A couple of people were trampled. What happened was, apparently there were two men, passengers on the train. The gunman and this guy, Garvey Wright, exchanged words with each other. People say they might have known each other. Garvey said to the gunman, "Why are you wearing those clothes? You are dissing our race."
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
The gunman replied, "I have to because I need these clothes to go to work."
What was the guy wearing?
He was wearing a suit.
Oh. So you mean it was two black guys?
It looks that way to me. It says here that the gunman was a light-skinned black man, and Wright is also black.
Yeah, and he was probably angry because he sees a black brother in a suit trying to make a way for himself in the world, trying to look.
He's showing him up.
Yeah, so he's going to shoot him for that. Well, that's wonderful. Well, listen, this is what's going on. This is what's going on in the black community. You got a set of black people who are losers, who do not want. There are two types of black people. There's a set of
two, Howard?
Yeah, only two. It's easy. You can divide them into two.
Here we go.
You got black
which
people.
Type am I?
I'm going to tell you which type you are in a second. Let me give you the definition. I'll tell you who you are. You got one set of people who are pissed off because the other set of people are trying to succeed in America. They make fun of anyone who tries in school. I know, I went to school in a black community. You can't tell me I'm lying. I've been there. Any black kid who tried in school was ridiculed. It was not cool to be bright. It was not cool to dress in a suit if you were going on a job interview. So there are two types of black people. And
did you name the other type? Oh, you
yes.
said...
Those who dress in suits and those that won't. And those that won't think that gangsterism and shooting is cool and drug dealing and this is going to help.
So who shot who in this case?
The guy in the suit didn't shoot the guy who wasn't dressed that way. Well, did he?
Oh, yes, he did.
Oh, he did.
So what happens to your theory?
Well, these are two. Then that guy in the suit was a mental patient.
Is he a third type of black person?
I see what you're saying. The guy in the suit but the other guy was probably dressed like African or something. What do I know? Listen, isn't that a terrible thing?
It's horrible.
Because it's confused. But let me tell you, it still holds true, my theory.
How?
Because it's this. Look what the issue is. How you dressing? Are you dressing like the white man or you're not dressing like the white man? You got to get over these stupid issues.
Yes, but under your theory, the guy in the suit shouldn't have shot the other guy.
Let me ask you something. You ever hear of a story where two Jews get together and one shoots the other because he's wearing
don't even discuss their clothing.
He's wearing a loud vest? Yeah. Hey, Moish, you're wearing a loud vest. What's the matter? You're trying to please the man?
Was mag te doen?
Was mag te doen? Let me tell you something. If I was president of the United States...
You didn't tell me how your theory still holds up.
It does, because this is what black people are arguing about. One group of people is saying... hey, you're an Uncle Tom, you're a Remus, you're wearing the white man's clothes, you're doing the white man's work, you're doing this and that. This situation is there. So that's what they're fighting about.
Why did the guy in the suit, who you say is the good guy, shoot the other guy?
Well, look, because the issue exists. You see what I mean? It was on his mind. It shouldn't even be on his mind. I can't explain it. I hope you understand. I think you do understand. Look, if I was ruler of the United States of America, everyone would be wearing pajamas anyway.
And what category do I fall in? I'm the guy in the suit who would shoot?
No, you are a person who had decided from birth somehow that you were going to make a living in this world, that you were going to succeed as a person, not as a black woman, not as, whatever it was. And let me tell you something. If you had grown up in my neighborhood, you would have gotten your ass kicked every day just like I did.
Oh, no, Howard.
Oh, yes, you would have.
No.
You're a big
I grew
pussy.
up in your neighborhood.
No, you didn't. You grew up in a Jewish neighborhood.
I grew up in your neighborhood.
Don't tell me. Now you're going to recreate yourself?
I grew up in your neighborhood.
Oh, okay. Let me tell you something. You would have gotten your ass kicked.
Right. Call home,
yeah, I'm sure.
A son of former President George Bush has advanced to the GOP runoff election in a race to be Florida's next governor. Jeb Bush
is a moron.
Will face Secretary of State Jim Smith in a runoff on October 4th.
Jeb Bush is one of these guys. I'll tell you what a buffoon he is. He's running for governor in what, Florida?
Florida.
Yeah. First of all, he's another one with the abortion. He's hopped on the abortion thing.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
He's anti-abortion?
Yeah.
Well, then don't have one.
Yeah. So right away, out and say, I don't vote for you. So he goes out on the campaign trip, and he's going to show all, there's a lot of gun nuts in Florida.
Right.
So the governor every year, who is a woman, I think, presently.
No, it's
Is it a guy? Is it a guy?
Yeah.
He goes out and I guess they go bird hunting at the beginning of the season. So the governor goes out and he shoots a bird. Jeb Bush goes out with his gun, and he's in front of all the reporters, and he puts his gun up in the air, and he shoots at a bird. And he kills an endangered species. Now, let me tell you something. The endangered species, anybody who is a hunter in Florida, even a casual hunter, even if you're not a hunter, there's a big issue in Florida about this particular type of bird, and everyone who claims to be a real hunter knows the difference.
They should know that bird, right?
And he's claiming, I'm one of you. Meanwhile, I think Jeb just moved to Florida or something. I don't know what it was.
I think he's been down there doing business for
Has
a
he?
while.
Yeah. So anyway, he, right in front of the press, shot the endangered species, had to pay a fine.
Typical.
Yeah, typical. This is it. Another blunderbuss.
Bushes.
The Bushes. The Three Stooges. And let's face it, George Bush's other son is a real prize. The one with the SNL scandal.
Yeah, I don't even remember his name.
Yeah, politics doesn't attract good people anymore. It doesn't, because it can't. It's so obnoxious now what the press does to a person's personal life when they go into politics. It's outrageous. This guy Clinton, they got Jerry Falwell going on the air, and selling videotapes, claiming that Clinton's involved in a murder.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? The President of the United States involved in a murder.
Oh, now he says he stopped selling them.
Oh, he stopped. Because
he didn't realize.
Oh, he didn't realize what he was doing? Well, how come he realizes everything else, but he doesn't realize what he's doing?
He can make mistakes, but the president can't.
No. Can you imagine the nerve of this guy? Is he an American or not? You're going to go around just making... First of all, if the president committed murder and you've got proof, fine, present your proof. He has no proof. And these yahoos who listen to Jerry Falwell are off their rockers.
If he's such a great investigator, why doesn't he work on the O.J. case?
Should be thrown in the jail is what he should be. They should sew up his ass and feed him and watch him explode. Jerry Falwell schivos with the moral majority there. Schivo.
I didn't talk to you the other day either.
And he's the first Steve who will tell you he don't want to hear sex on the air. He wants it off the air. But accusing the president of murder, he'll have on the air. He'll sell 1-800 videotapes.
Sure.
Hypocrite.
I didn't talk about the robbery at Tiffany's on Sunday. They had a very well-run burglary there. Lots of jewelry stolen, $1.25 million in jewels, and it was a very well-run and organized heist.
That's right.
4 security guards were bound and gagged during the robbery. They grabbed a security guard who was on his way to work and got him to convince the other guards to let him in, and he told them he was with 2 cousins who wanted to come in and just use the bathroom. And, of course, once these 2 guys got in, they tied everybody up, and they even opened the cases very nicely. They didn't break any glass. They were very cool, calm, and collected, about $1.25 million. And then they left, and I see composite photos of these gentlemen in the paper today, and I too am getting tired of seeing black people commit crimes.
I know.
It's getting ridiculous now.
I like the police sketches.
Do you know these people?
I want to see you find those guys.
I think they're working right here in the office.
I know. I swear to you, there's a couple of black people here who look like that sketch. Well, I know.
All these composite sketches look the same.
Well, if it was a well-run heist, obviously my staff is innocent.
couldn't
They can't run a radio show.
be the people who work for us. Also in the news, a frail...
It's amazing, those police sketches. Because they look like...
Why did artists get fired?
I don't know. I could throw a rock and hit 8 suspects. It's unbelievable.
If every one of your sketches looks the same, why don't you get fired?
Yeah, get out of here.
A frail 86-year-old Queens man crawled on his hands and knees to a neighbor's home yesterday, Howard, to escape the live-in health care worker who had been beating and terrorizing him for 2 years.
What was he?
Dazed and bloody. His name is Thomas Conlon.
What is he? What kind of guy?
I don't know. He crawled from his home in Queens Village to his neighbor.
How could it come in if you don't know what kind of guy he was?
What kind of a neighborhood is Queens Village?
Not sure. I mean, Queens is... You know, every part of Queens is different. Like Ronnie would know Queens Village.
Well, Conlon crawled to his neighbor's house, who then called the cops. And the police arrived and found him covered in cuts and bruises.
An old man?
Yes, of course.
80,
he was
you
86.
said? Oh, 86.
His caretaker, the alleged attacker, is John Camacho.
John Macho Camacho?
And they found him passed out upstairs in a bedroom in the Conlon home. Camacho, who had moved in with Conlon and his wife 2 years ago to care for the couple, was charged with assault, unlawful imprisonment, and criminal possession of a weapon, the weapon being Conlon's cane, which he took and used to beat the man, according to police. Conlon's wife died last year, and the police say they found a shallow hole in the basement of the home they think that Camacho may have been planning to use as a grave. Robin
and I always find it funny when... You know, we see those healthcare workers wheeling the white people around. It's, you know, usually it's like, my mind anyway, when I see it, it's like an 86-year-old white guy.
Yeah.
He's in a wheelchair.
Or barely able to walk.
Barely able to walk. And you say, hey, the guy, he's 86 years old, was probably the days when, you know, blacks lived one place, whites lived another.
Yeah, he hated them.
Yeah, right. And now that he's old and feeble, you know, who are you going to get to wheel you around? It's usually a black guy.
Believe me, I see Driving Miss Daisy walking up and down the street.
It's a wild scene.
Day.
So now, all of a sudden, your whole life you haven't lived with black people. Now, you're not only are you living with black people, they're bathing you and helping you go to the bathroom.
Bathing you. You're going shopping with them. You're holding their hands. You're hugging them.
I love to see that. Those are all the white people that ran from Roosevelt.
You don't know. You walk in a restaurant and you see a little old white lady holding the hand of a little old black woman.
Yeah.
Now, you know that wasn't happening when she was 20.
When I was growing up in a black community and I saw all the white people leave, the white people used to all say to me, we have to learn to live with our black brothers. We have to, and then they would move out in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So, you know, I used to say, I learned at an early age that white people are hypocrites anyway.
White people lie.
Right.
White men speak with forked tongues.
And I also learned that when black people get in a situation where they are the ones in charge of the schools and stuff and everything, they'll take the minority guy like me and beat the crap out of him anyway. So blacks are as bad as whites. Whites and blacks are the same.
Everybody's bad.
That's right. And whites are hypocrites. So anyway, I've learned it all along. That's why I treat everyone equally. That's the only way not to be a racist, is to grow up.
I'm the only one who is different.
You're a princess. You are Queen Quivers. But listen to me. So now I envision that all these white people that ran away from the black skin, now they're living with black people. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that.
Oh, she's the sweetest. Thank goodness for her. If it wasn't for her.
And then, once in a while, you might get a bad seed. And he beats you.
That's right. You gotta go home with him. You never know.
That's right.
You never know what you're picking out of that barrel.
Interesting dynamic.
A Texas man convicted of microwaving and poisoning his girlfriend's 2 cats was fined $1,800 and sentenced to a year's probation yesterday.
There's a lot of people who commit acts against cats. You know, it's kind of weird. You're always worried about it. Once in a while, I see a guy had sex with a dog. You know, we see that in Jersey a lot. For some reason in Jersey, there's like a lot of perverts who like to have sex with dogs.
Other animals have no sheep.
Yeah, and you see it, and they have sex with a dog, and they get caught by a cop, which is even funnier.
They're always arresting them,
Well, they're always having sex outdoors with the dog. You think they do it indoors.
In buildings.
Yeah.
It must be something about the building.
But one of the most popular things to be is to take a cat and put it in a microwave oven.
Oh.
Which seems to me the worst torture in the world.
Absolutely.
Even watch their insides explode, because you explode from the inside out. All right, calm down.
John Solinsky's ex-girlfriend, Cheryl Jones, testified at his trial that he was jealous of her pets, Sugar Ray and Bonnie.
You have to give them human names?
Well, supposedly, the boyfriend thought he was competing with the cats for her affection. So she went on some kind of a little trip, and he was left at home to take care of the cats.
Yes.
So he dosed them with acetaminophen.
Mm-hmm.
So it did give him a painkiller before he put them in the microwave.
All right, that's fair.
Humane.
Oh, you didn't say that. Go ahead.
So he gave him the Tylenol. That's basically what that is.
Yeah, that'll help. I've taken Tylenol.
Never took the edge off your pain.
Not when they shove me in a microwave oven.
And then he put them in the microwave, according to testimony.
Wow. Wow, Robin.
The 2 cats died of the poisoning from the drug. And they did have some blisters on their paws from the microwave oven.
Ooh, painful death.
Yeah, and the veterinarian took them in. They had swollen faces, diarrhea. They were gasping for air and salivating. All symptoms of poisoning.
You mean they were still alive after they were in the microwave?
Yeah. They made it to the vet's office.
Are they alive still?
No, they died a few days later.
Oh.
She didn't get home in time to save them.
But she got home in time to interrupt the murder.
Right.
You know, and then you're the judge, right? So you're sitting there and you're going, oh, for Christ's sake. Now, let's see, we eat cows every day. We slaughter them and eat them. You know, this isn't, I don't know, what am I going to do with this guy?
He wasn't going to cook these cats.
No, but you know what I mean? You know, it's just like, you know, Jesus Christ, if he did it to a chicken, he'd be considered a great chef. So you're sitting there going, oh, my God, is a cat more human than a chicken? You know, now the judge, you know, this poor bastard went to law school. He finally gets some politician to appoint him. Yeah, it's just like, oh, for Christ's sake, why can't I be Judge Ito and be on court TV and be on the OJ case and deal with something real? I got a friggin' cat, and if I convict this guy of 20 years for killing a cat...
I can't give him a chair?
Yeah, and then if I don't, the animal lovers are going to be all over my ass. I got a real problem here. This is the dilemma in today's society. He says, Jesus Christ, I got three coke dealers I had to let go because I have no room for them.
I know exactly how to sentence them. I give them mandatories, but this cat dude...
This is tough.
I don't know what to do.
So the guy's sitting there going, oh, for Christ's sake, what do I do, 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 what do I do? And really, you know, deep down inside, any guy who would do that to cats, he would kill people.
Well, this is a dangerous man.
Yeah,
This is a dangerous person.
Jeffrey Dahmer started killing cats.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't know for sure this guy would kill people. I mean, I can't make that definitive
all
statement.
Cats should be nervous.
Yeah, yeah, certainly cats have something to worry about.
They're not safe.
Right.
When this man is around.
People who generally kill cats like that in a microwave are very angry.
Yeah, they could do almost anything, because that's the most horrible way to kill a cat.
Yeah, because we could think of nice ways to kill them.
Painful and violent ways to do it.
Right, not a sensitive man.
The girlfriend said she discovered a foul odor and fur in the microwave.
Oh,
that's what led her to believe that he had tried to...
Do you think after your boyfriend does something like that, do you just clean the microwave and then you continue to use it, or do you get a new microwave? Do you think
like a crematorium at that point?
See, that's what I'm interested in. You know, like your pets have just been slaughtered. It's a scene of a murder crime. You know, it's a scene of a murder.
Yeah.
Do you keep the microwave?
Weapon.
I mean, it's a perfectly good microwave.
But wasn't this evidence in the case? They probably had to take it away.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that answers the question. Once again.
There you have it. That's what
Thank you, Robin. Let's just say a few things before we go. Jackie didn't leave me the plugs. Oh, there they are. Okay.
Is he gone?
Yeah, he has to run out to Los Angeles because he's going to be tonight on Girls' Night In on Pajama Party Live. He's doing that in Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles. I didn't know that. Is this going to be an every week thing now?
I don't know, but at 9 p.m. and 12 p.m. it'll be on the Adam and Eve channel. For info and raunchy jokes, call 516-922-WINE. That's Jackie Joke Man. And Jackie New Rave Joke Page Martling also order a 78-minute comedy CD. $10 plus free shipping and handling. Price includes 20-page colored Jokeland catalog. Call 1-800-323-5464. Stone Temple Norris at the China Club September 21st. That's Fred's band. Don't miss Boy Gary tonight at the grand reopening of Scandals nightclub in North Arlington, New Jersey. We can all go see Gary there.
And make fun of him.
And go goof on him. Is that what generally goes on now?
Well, I would imagine. You know, I've already gotten like 10 phone calls from publicists this morning.
About?
And they go, you know, he's kidding about that, right? I go, oh, yeah, Howard's kidding. He's a great guy.
About what?
About how you were yelling at me this morning. I tell him you're kidding.
Yeah, of course. Don't miss Stuttering John's band. Yeah, I don't think you're incompetent. Don't miss Stuttering John's band jamming at Suntan Lake, New Jersey.
Like you would tell them.
Yeah.
Yes, my boss does think I'm incompetent.
Next Sunday, September 18th. For more information, call 201-942-OUCH. Don't forget to buy Stuttering John's great new CD available at record stores everywhere. We didn't get to call my wife on the air this morning. It's unfortunate. That would have been good, but but we ran out of time, Robin.
How long are your in-laws in town? Just for the weekend?
Just for the weekend. If you're planning a wedding or a Christmas party, you need a mobile DJ, now's the time to call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040. I will be holed up, Robin, writing my movie for the weekend. Yeah. Don't bother me this weekend, Robin. You're always banging on the door. No, I will be busy. I will not be available. We will be putting the finishing touches.
I expect then on Monday you will come in and say the script is finished.
Right. That is the goal. And I should meet that goal.
Because I'm not going to bother you.
I've been writing. You know, I'm more a writer now than I am a radio guy because I had to write 64 new pages for the paperback. That took me right into the movie writing.
Why can't you be a writer and a radio? You've spent so much time in radio. Do you have to do it as much or put as much time into it anymore as you would a new project like writing?
No, just sitting here for 5 hours, though, is way too much time. That's the problem.
So you'll always be a radio performer.
Right.
You just happen to have a sideline that you're also a writer.
That's right. That's right. I'm also an author.
You have a slash.
I'm a best-selling author, #1 radio personality.
Yes.
Soon-to-be film
When
star.
does it become actress/director/author?
Never, because I'm not getting a sex change. Actress.
Or actor.
Thank you.
You know how they have just little slashes and one-word titles. Now, you've got these long things.
Yeah, no one knows what to call them. All right, I'll see you, Robin,
okay,
on Monday.